Hello, hello, hello. And how are you doing? So this is an impromptu live stream. I saw this video and I thought why not? The beauty of having of doing live streams is you can come on at any time and just do your thing. That's the beauty of live streaming. Whereas editing videos, those take a long time. They take a long time. So, anyways, let us, you know, hey, Michaela, Michaela, where have you been? Michaela, I miss you. Where have you been? Oh, I haven't even checked up on you. I'm so sorry. How are you? I hope you're well, Michaela. I miss you, girl. It's been a while. Oh, wow, Michaela. I'm glad that you're okay. How's things with you? Okay. Oh, you've been on Clubhouse. Oh, goodness. What rooms in Clubhouse have you been on? What what sorts of genres have you been going on in Clubhouse? I stepped away from Clubhouse for a bit because I wanted to focus um on YouTube. So my focus was on YouTube. Um Clubhouse, the rooms I used to go to was any rooms that talk about religion. You find me there. Oh, what rooms have you? I haven't been on. Hang on. Let me get my tablet. Come on, little rock star. Okay, Clubhouse. I haven't been on there in a long, long time. Oh yeah, I was there recently, but just mm, okay. Listen, Michaela, you can invite me. You can invite me to some of the rooms that you're in. Okay, invite me on there. Let's see. There's some notifications. Hey, dog. Hello, and how are you today? I hope you're well. You run a club? Oh, I have. I run a club called Controversial Blackness, related to. Oh, okay. Oh, let me find it. Before I start this live stream, let me find it. Um, controversial, controversial blackness. Okay, I think. Oh, Michaela, that's it. Right. Okay. I've just sent a notification to apply to be a member. Good. How's everyone doing? Dog, hang on. Oh, no way. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray. Oh, happy birthday, dog. 53. Wow. You're 53 years young. Fantastic. Wow. What plans have you got for today, dog? What plans have you got today, dog? What's the plan? Are we having a party? Are we coming? Oh, goodness. Oh, for today. Today seems to be a really good day. Michaela, I haven't seen in a long time. Michaela's here. It's Dog's birthday. And Crystal Bacon says he's actually happy for today. Mrs. Bacon is coming home after over a week in hospital. Why? What happened? 1 week in hospital. What happened? Is she everything okay? Of course she's okay. She's coming home. But gosh, what happened? I didn't know. Didn't have a clue. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm happy. Sorry to hear that she was in hospital, but happy that she's coming home. Oh, wow. Mm-mm. Thank you, Michaela. So, dog, it's your birthday today. Do you want to do you want me to come back later on? We could do just a mini celebration. Just we could come on the live stream later on, maybe half an hour, just chat and just talk about anything. Absolutely anything. I'll happily do that for you today, dog. Just for you. Just for you. Hey, secular rarity. Oh, wow. Oh, sweet. I'm catching you live. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And Doug says, getting drunk. To be fair, I didn't know. You forgot it was your birthday. Oh, my. I have one of those birthdays where you just can't forget it. There's no way. I can't. The only time I'll forget it is if my memory starts to go. I have one of those very special days. So, hey, Villa's here. Drop the links. Michaela, Michaela, listen, I'm gonna run through this and then I might drop the link after because I want to just hurry up with this. Hey, Steve McRae manager, good morning. Good to see you here. And Richard Madsen, good to see you here. Would be nice to do something with you. So when I'm done here, Doug, I'll send you um we'll send emails so we can sort out a time. The Afro-Humanist, she harmed herself in the middle of the night 2 Sundays ago. She had no idea how or when she did it, and she had been dealing with so much, even she couldn't speak. Oh wow. I am so sorry. Sorry to hear that. No, 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 must have been born on Christmas Day. No, I wasn't born on Christmas Day. No, I wasn't born on Christmas Day. Unfortunately, no. But I've got one of those really special days in the year. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It's the day when people celebrate love. Oh, that's the day when people go and buy roses and flowers and they remember that they love people. Oh, is that day? Humanism. Okay. Okay, let me so this is a video I saw and thought, you know what? I would like to talk about this. Why I choose to be a humanist over being a Christian. Some of you know already I'm a deconverted Christian, and I am now an atheist. I'm proud of being an atheist. And I call myself a humanist as well, because some people, when you say you're an atheist, oh goodness, oh, it's like, I don't know why the word atheism for some people just brings up really negative thoughts and negative vibes. But yeah, so I saw this video and thought, you know what, I'll come and talk about it. Yes, it is. It is on Valentine's Day. Yes, that's my birthday. Okay. She's coming home today, getting much better help than she was getting with her last doctor. I might actually have a possible answer even for her seizures. Oh, wow. Gosh, sorry to hear that. Mm-mm, sorry to hear. So you've been home looking after your daughter. Okay, guys, let me while I'm waiting for Inquisitor Bacon to reply, let's get started with this video. I'll turn my camera off because I this video, I don't want to show my emotions. This video might, you see why. Christianity in some cases can be quite problematic, and a lot of Christians don't realize when they're doing this. They just don't know. They don't realize how myopic and how close-minded the religion makes them. So, okay, let's get started. So, okay, guys, video's done. Oh, guys, if you're a religious person, if you need your religion to be a good person, please hold on to your religion. If your religion teaches you that without your religion you cannot be good, then please hold on to your religion. A lot of us have made our way out of religion, and we are good without religion. We are good people without a God. We are good without any deity that we pray to. We don't need angels, demons. Satan does not exist. All these things that you people come up with, we haven't got that. But somehow we are good people. We're not saying that you cannot have your religion. Have your religion. I mean, come on. I don't want to, oh, let's take away all religion. We can live with each other. But when you want to impose your religious beliefs on others, then we have a problem. We have a problem. And it's time that people start waking up. I did. I woke up. I was a religious person for 40 years. If I can do it, everybody, I'm not saying everybody should become an atheist like me. No, no. But it's time to question your religious belief. Why do I believe what I believe? Is there sufficient evidence to carry on holding this belief? Is there sufficient, not just evidence? Is your belief logical? These are the questions you need to ask. You believe that a man walked on water. Some of you believe that a virgin was impregnated by a ghost. Some of you believe that a man went on he rode on a horse up to the heaven. You people believe just some very weird things because your religion has taught you to believe the crazy. It's crazy. My wife and I had a great secular wedding. It was a lot of fun, even for our Christian family members, which is why it is hard for people to understand. It is. It is. It is. The dark ages happened because God was practicing his birdie song dance in front of his bedroom mirror. It is written, "Thou shalt do the birdie song at weddings." Uh, okay, let's see. Haris Al Kalima, Jesus said it best in John 18:36. So I have asked the self-proclaimed Christians, why are you fighting in this world when this is not his kingdom? That's a good question. That's actually a good question. That's a good question. But then, uh, Haris Al Kalima, let's turn it round on all the other religions. Turn it around. You all believe in the afterlife. You all believe, well, not all religions believe this, but some religions, some people believe that when they get to this heaven, they're going to be 72 virgins waiting for them. So some people want to go to the afterlife to go and have sex every day and every minute. They just want to just be, just doing the dirty. That's all what their heaven is all about. Some people want to go to heaven to go and drink alcohol. There's some people that believe that you shouldn't drink alcohol here on earth, but when you get to heaven, you get to go and drink alcohol. So why bother fight? Why fight us here? Just relax, chill, wait until you get over there. Go and drink your alcohol. Go and have your 72 virgins. Okay, guys, I need to be nice. I need to be nice. I'm not trying to be a horrible person. I need to be a nice girl. I need to be nice and not be don't be a bad girl, Esther. Don't do it. I will put the link out if I haven't got long to stop. I only got 10 more minutes. I've got a sick child. He's my son, my 12-year-old is he's tested positive for the virus. So I've got a sick child I've got to attend to, and he's finished his classes online. So only 10 minutes. Michaela wanted to come on. Anybody wants to have a few minutes chat, I'll put the link, but I can only stop for 10 minutes. So that's the link, Michaela. Oh, Christians fight each other because of pride. The freak, pride, and also they can't agree on doctrines. Some Christians believe there's a hell, some Christians don't believe there's a hell. Some Christians believe in Trinity, Jesus, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Some Christians don't believe that. So Christianity in itself just cannot agree on the same things. You go to one denomination, they pray through the Virgin Mary. You go to another denomination, you have to pray through Jesus to get to God. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Girl.
Hey, Michaela, how are you? Michaela, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Hey,
Hey,
Vila, hello.
how are you, darling?
I'm good. Listen, I love the work that you do. I
Oh, thank
love.
you.
And listen, I think can you please put the link to your channel in the private chat so I can put
Yeah,
it out for. So Villa's also in the UK, and Villa does some very interesting work. She deals with locals,
yeah,
some locals on YouTube, and
yeah.
they're ridiculous people, ridiculous cells. So if you put your
Oh
link
God,
there,
yeah.
and people can subscribe to you. How's your daughter doing? Is your daughter you've got?
Yeah, I've got a daughter. She's back from school. She's currently
Oh,
in
is
her room
she?
playing. Yeah.
Okay, good. I've got to go and sort my son out. He's
Oh, I
done
hope he's
with his
better.
class online. This is his second time. His second time he's caught the
Oh
virus.
wow.
Hmm. I
Wow.
haven't. I've never caught the virus. So fingers crossed. I'm fully
Fingers
vaccinated.
crossed.
I've got the booster. Got everything.
Same. Got the booster. Managed to get all Pfizer.
Mm-hmm.
Just got lucky. Um, we've managed to avoid getting it, both of us. So really good. So I am a bit of a shut-in, so kind of does make it more difficult to get
I've
it when
heard
you
you.
don't go out.
I've heard you say you're a professional disabled. Did you say no? How did
I,
this?
I call
There's a way
myself a
you use it.
professional cripple.
A professional cripple.
Yeah.
That was funny to me.
Oh, I get
Uh,
paid. I get paid to be disabled, so I'm a professional cripple.
yeah, but then,
Hey y'all, I'm sorry my phone died.
hey, Michaela.
Hi.
Hey everyone. It's been a long
Hey,
time, Miss Esther.
I know it's been a while. I haven't seen you here. Honestly, I missed you,
Oh,
Michaela.
Yes, I've been reading the people on Clubhouse and getting them together. Okay.
Oh, oh, I can't wait to come and hear some of those
I'm like
conversations.
Miss Esther, you get the nice version of me. You gonna see the real ratchet version of me getting people together if you come into my rooms. Oh my god. Because like Miss Esther is like the motherly energy. So it's just like my auntie or my grandmother see me act up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Michaela. So
I
what do
begin
you
it
guys
together.
think about what we've just watched spoken about, these religious people? They say we're trying to shove our humanism down their throats.
it hurts.
Uh,
Like,
It does.
I'm pagan, so I've been getting the butt of the shit for a very, very long time as well. Because I started being pagan at I started officially looking into it at like 9, 10 years old. By 15, I actually dove in, so to speak. And I was going to Catholic schools most of my life. And yeah, like already demonized for all of that, because obviously pagans are evil and that we're all just baby sacrificing, like demon worshippers and all that shit. And now it's good. They never stop.
Mm-mm.
And
Mm-mm.
I,
It
and
never
I'm using
stops,
the
does it?
they very broadly. I know not all Christians and not all religions. I know a lovely uh, Muslim lady. She's my daughter's friend's mum, um, and she goes to mosque like all the time. She still prays the 5 times a day. She wears a hijab, but she believes in equal rights. She believes in like trans rights, gay rights, all of it. She's like, whatever, like
Mm.
Allah loves you. Allah is love. Why would he care about love? Come on, it's not logical that he would be upset that you love someone.
I
And
have met
I
I've met
like
some
that
really
vibe.
nice Muslims, honestly, really nice. I've met some, nothing like some of the people you hear about, you know.
No.
Did you hear
Never
did you hear about
Christian.
the latest one, the one he went from the UK to Texas to hold some uh, Jewish Jewish rabbi. The Jewish rabbi
Yes,
went in
but
a
not properly. I only heard about it through one of the Lols Cows live streams where they were saying they're Islamophobic as it is, so I took it with like massive grain of salt. But they were like, oh, it's a British nationalist, but how could it be a British nationalist with insert very like what is it? Not Eastern European, Arabic name, that's it. Sorry, my memory's appalling. And
it's
I'm like,
okay.
well, no, you can have a name of any language and be from any country. Like, what? That's like saying someone in Africa can't have the name like fucking John Smith. Makes
It's
no
ridiculous.
sense.
It doesn't. Doug, happy birthday, Doug. It's Doug's birthday, everyone.
Ah,
Doug is 50.
yay, happy
Did you say 50?
birthday.
Did you say 51 or 53? I forget.
53.
Yay, 53 today.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
For my
happy
birthday, I want
birthday,
72
sweetheart.
virgins.
How
My
many?
present to you is I won't sing you happy birthday because I can't sing.
Oh, thank you.
I've
You're
sang
welcome.
I've sang the birthday song already, Villa.
I have to say as
Oh,
well,
yay.
if I had to be religious, I would be a pagan. If I
Would
had
you?
Like,
to be.
it's so broad. Like, as it is,
Well,
I don't really
it's
worship
very
any
progressive.
deities.
It's
It
progressive.
is now. It is now. It didn't used to be, and like a lot of pagans don't like to accept this fact, but actually, even paganism has a racist past and a homophobic past. Still does have a homophobic issue in it, like underlying problems. So it used to say in Deans of Covens, any race can join the coven. Just when you're doing rituals that involve certain things like dancing, maybe the black people shouldn't dance with the white people because, and I quote, the black people have much more rhythm.
Oh,
And
really?
they will be, yeah, like saying they're better dancers or some shit. So, like, don't all dance with the white people because the white people are going to be there doing like the chicken wing and everything. And the black people are going to be twerking and they just don't mesh as energies. I'm like, what the fuck? Same as homophobia, like, the world is based on male and female energies.
Oh.
And so how can it work with male and female energies if there's a man and a man or a woman and a woman?
You know, Villa, the fact that you would say that you're a pagan, right? You're
Yes.
you're a pagan, but
Mhm.
you can spot the things that are wrong with even the religion that you know your own religion, right?
Now, if we don't
So
look at the problems, how can we fix them?
that's the thing. Some people they choose not to see the problems. They will brush it over. They will gloss over it
That's
and
called doctrine.
give they will give all the excuses. Who was it was asked? I think it was G-Man was asked. No, G-Man said this lying is worse than pedophilia. Lying
Yes.
is a worse sin
And
than
even in the whole
pedophilia.
context of what he said, because he said after that, because paedophilia, the basis of it starts with a lie. So it rolls.
Oh gosh.
And even then it's bad though, because no, not always. Hang on a second.
Everyone has lied. What Christian even has told their kids, hasn't told their kids, oh yeah, Father Christmas will be here tonight. That's not what Christian would tell their kids. There's no such thing as Santa. What are you on about? Why
You
would
know,
they people lie? It's our instinct.
Yeah,
It's
you
to
lie when you
fight
say he
feelings.
exists. Like
It's
you
for
lie when you say
self-preservation
too
as well.
sorry. Yeah.
hey,
When
holy
like
humanist, hello, good to see you here.
there are so
Listen,
many
you know,
times you lie.
I was really surprised when I was making my way out of Christianity to find out that Christianity has a lot of its roots in paganism. That
Mm-hmm.
came as a surprise to me. That even the Christmas, the Christmas celebrations that we all had its roots in paganism. I was thinking, no, you can't be
Yeah.
serious. So I think to myself, I'm thinking there are lots of Christians that haven't got a clue about the origins, about where these things stem from. But they just okay, we just believe because the Bible says to believe it.
Do you
You
know
know,
I've heard people say to that? One guy in the LOL sphere, Smoky Saint, hung out with
oh,
what's it? The mac and cheese individual.
who's Markin? Who's that?
I can't remember what his name is. Everyone calls it everyone calls him the manatee. He was one of the LOLs cows in the Great Debate community.
No, I
It's
wouldn't
gone.
know. Okay.
But yeah, I was on the channel and he said, well, no, paganism stole it from us. I'm like, what? And it's like, they were always there and God was telling you to do it. It's just you guys got it wrong, and all this sort of shit that made no
Paganism was going
sense.
thousands of years before Christianity.
mhm.
That's
Thousands
it, Brett
of years.
King. Thank you, Wild
Oh,
Eden.
Red King, the
Yes.
individual.
Yeah, the individual.
I'm fairly new to all of that. I've not really seen any of his material, Brett King. Nah, I haven't really seen any of his stuff. Did you guys see the pastor that rubbed spit all over the guy's face? Yeah, Mike Todd. Oh. Did you see that, Villa? Did you see that dog?
No.
I saw it, yeah.
It's on my
So
channel.
I'm just going to go back
Oh
to sexual repression. If you repress sex
Oh yeah.
the way these people do, then it's going to manifest in weird ways. And if it's
Pretty
someone
much.
sticking his feet or spitting on someone or washing a naked girl in front of everyone,
Oh, you know what?
humiliating them, then that's what they do. This is
Let me
how they
show the video. In fact,
express themselves.
let me show the video. Let's see, video file. I think I've got it somewhere here. Where is it now? I think this is it here. Just 1 second. Hello and welcome back. You my voice. I hate to hear that.
Channel. It's so weird looking back at your own stuff, isn't it?
It is.
I don't do it. I still can't. Like, I find it too strange. I'm like, I don't like it. I'm just not going to do it. No.
I will let him show you himself. Okay?
See it clearly yet, but you hear. And this is where most people would not face Jesus anymore. What most people would do is turn away. What I'm telling you is just as he's physically standing here, knowing what's coming, God's saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally be able to stand when getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty? I'm gonna say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. You mean, God, I just bought, in crazy faith, I just bought my dream car. And now you're gonna ask me to sell it back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty.
Oh gosh, look at this. Look at this. Oh.
And do you hear and see the responses of the people? What I'm telling you is how you just reacted is how the people in your life will react when God is doing what it takes.
Whew. That's it. Did you see that?
That's some sort of metaphor. It means nothing. It just shows that Christianity is pretty nasty.
So they're in a BDSM relationship with a kink, with a humiliation shame, right?
And then he turns around and says, that's his brother. I think trying to he was trying to justify his actions and said, that gentleman, that's his brother. Now the question is, why would anyone want to do that to their sibling? Why?
I say, humiliation. All I can think is the brother's done something backstage.
I don't think so, Villa.
In private areas, and he's doing it to be like, don't fuck with me, I'll embarrass you in front of the whole fucking congregation. How many hundreds of people follow me?
No.
Don't fuck with me.
that person looks like a willing. He looked like he was a willing participant in that. I don't think that was the
But
idea,
you were a
right,
willing
Doug? What do you
participant
think?
in what might be deemed a lot of crazy stuff religious wise. There are a lot of people in religion and they're like, oh yeah, this is okay, I get this. Or like, oh my God, he picked me. I'm the one in charge of the people for this extremely spiritual metaphor showing how fucking devout I am to everyone else. I'm going to be the most devout person because no one else has done that. Like, religion makes you do crazy shit. Like, really crazy shit.
Oh,
And
David
thinking you're
E.
in
Taylor
with
Full
your
Frontal agrees with you, Villa. He
oh,
What?
that
agrees.
was the kink thing. Like, that
You
was
think
before I knew it was his
so?
brother. Yeah,
No, you know,
if I didn't know it was his actual biological brother, I would have said that is a humiliation fetish.
you think?
But otherwise, if it's not his actual biological brother, then it's either got to be punishment, which abusers are so good at fucking with you, or it's like, oh my God, like, look at me, I'm so good, I'm so amazing, I'm the good one, I'm the one for this metaphor, I'm in front of all these 100 people showing how fucking devout I am. This is amazing. And then when you see,
I'm just gonna
oh,
say
it's not his real brother, fuck.
it's the
Ah,
show. It's all part of the show, and
yeah,
it's quite a poor, disgusting metaphor to.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But it probably got a point across, you know. If he's saying, you know, finding God could be like this, then people may be disgusted. So, in a way, it does make a sort of point, but it's just nasty. And it is a fetish, a lot of it. It's not just a show. I mean, you got your Catholics and priests who are forever moving about the planet out of jurisdiction, out of harm's way, out of justice
Mm.
for their antics. And it's not just them. There's Church of England priests and vicars, and they're all up to something. You know, fortunately, CV priests, they can marry, so we don't hear much of their sexual affair. But even them as people, they have these basic instincts. Why do people like feet? Jesus liked feet. He loved washing them and touching them. Other men's feet, was that his kink?
Wait, but Doug, you the very first thing you that came out your mouth was sexual repression. Vila comes and says it's a fetish, sexual. You know, I didn't think that. It never crossed my mind one bit.
Well,
Most
people
of the
spit
things,
on each other during sex. You've seen
oh
it.
yeah, I get that.
People love to
But
Yeah.
then
gob.
I didn't think that's what he was trying to do. I thought, this is just the things that some people just do because we're trying so desperately to try and show the world that religion is the truth. The way I'm preaching it, this is it.
Who,
This is the way Jesus would have done it in
who
his time
knows?
if
What,
he
But
was
that's
here
putting a
now.
nice wrapping on them when we know so many of these ones are scam artists. They are
Hey,
Good morning,
they are
guys.
doing so much
see,
fucking hiya.
Good morning.
they full frontal. The
Hey,
thing
guys.
is, there's women in this world that like to wear barbed wire knickers and be hung up by their thumbs for their sexual kinks.
Don't
There's
tell everyone. Fuck.
kinks
I'm
everywhere,
what did
so
he say?
meant to be
Wait, hang on, hang on,
private.
hang on, hang on.
and they
Did I hear? Did I
manifest in
hear? Wait, Doc.
different ways. But when,
Did I hear barbed wire?
Barbed
yeah,
wire panties, yeah.
Did I
yeah,
hear that correctly?
barbed wire
Yeah.
knickers,
I
yeah,
I've
think
barbed
had
I
wire
think I'm
panties.
someone
living. I
get
think
me
I'm living. I
whipped
think I'm
with
living
barbed
on a
wire.
rock. I think I'm
There's
living
people
under
that
a
like
rock.
this, and they get their sexual
Yeah.
kicks from it. And if you repress or oppress a national, well, no, oppression is it's forced on you, but I suppose it is in a way. But you repress it eventually yourself. You repress such a basic natural instinct like that, it will come out in all sorts of fucking weird ways. Maybe one day you'll go and shoot up a school. Who knows?
And
And then blame the devil.
dog, that's the scary thing about this is when you cross religious extremism with these people, and you got to what we're doing over here in America. I don't know if you know what's going on, but
Oh,
most
no,
of these people
everything's going over
that enter most of these religious sects and cults are mentally ill, man.
Absolutely. We see,
Not mentally
here in
ill,
the
'cause
UK,
that's like a
I
bit
look
of
a
a
lot
big
of them.
stigma.
Yeah, I think we're trying
Like,
to
Okay,
remove. We're trying to
mental health.
remove.
How do? Well, the
We're
thing
trying to
is,
remove this stigma. You know,
yeah,
so I've heard some atheists say, "Oh, religion is was it mental? It's a mental illness." You
I'm
know,
not
just
saying
trying
religion's a
to.
mental illness. No, I'm
No.
saying
no,
some
but
of them.
Okay,
hang
some
on. So it is actually a rather big misconception that people that enter cults are mentally unwell, i.e., they have some form of a mental health diagnosis, either diagnosed or undiagnosed. Normally, the people that get caught up in cults are normal people that are going through a hardship. Someone has died.
Right. No, and I get that.
Someone has like they've been abandoned, they're in drug addiction, something, and these people swoop in, dig their nails in, and fuck with their head when they're at their most vulnerable.
Well,
I know
that's
for
it.
a fact one of the cults I'm dealing with right now, he preys on mentally ill people. That is his stock.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is his stock. I promise you. I
Ooh,
know
that's
for a
low.
fact. I know for
That
a
is
fact.
low.
These are the helpless, the infirm, elderly, mental unstable. This is no bullshit. I can't lie to you about this. This is
Yeah, and
happening in
you're
America.
doing
And
you're doing a fantastic job. I tell you, if
and
we
Viola,
could
I
find
get you on the stigma, but it's very real. It's very
if
real what's happening. And
if we could find many more like yourself doing what you do in exposing these charlatans, I tell you, we would make a lot of headway with religion.
my
What you're
channel,
doing,
my
yes,
channel's
full
actually
frontal exposure.
my channel's being suppressed from my viewers. My viewers
Is
don't get
a shadow
notifications.
ban.
My channel's big time shadow ban right now. It's
Oh
it's
no.
probably permanently shadow banned because the platform YouTube will allow extremism, but they'll suppress the activism.
Yeah.
You know, you get all these crazy religious people coming out here like David, and they're all over the world. They're not just in America, but America is the one that it allows it the most.
Religion is
Sorry,
big
I don't
revenue.
know what.
That's why.
Like, I don't know what your channel is. So can I just ask 2 questions real quick?
Can you put the link
one,
to
what do
your
you do? Sorry.
no Villa? The link to his channel is in the chat. He does
Awesome.
fantastic work. He's in the business of exposing this particular gentleman. I tell you, he's a cancer in the religious.
It really is.
He is a cancer.
Okay. Awesome. So just
he's-
quick.
yeah.
Oh no, go on.
No, go ahead. Ask your questions.
I was going to ask. Do you normally do videos or live streams?
Every Friday, 7:30 Central. I'm in.
Okay, and also, how many subs have you got?
I'm at 906 right now.
Oh, okay. Then no, it's not. I just know because I've done mod work for someone that's got like 400,000 subscribers.
Oh wow!
And with their lives, not everyone gets a notification because YouTube fluctuates it, so you don't have every one of your subscribers coming in a live chat at once because that would be chaos apparently.
Okay, right, but when my channel members are being
but you're so small, yeah, like that's not normal.
Yeah, my channel members are still being unsubscribed from my channel. They're going back saying, "Hey, I'm being unsubscribed." I'm not bullshitting. I can't lie to you about this. This is very
no, I wasn't
real.
saying you were. I just thought this might be a logical explanation for it. That's not awful for you because I don't want your channel to be shadow banned. That's so fucking out of order.
It's shitty. Okay, so David, the guy I'm exposing, right? A few months ago, he had over 30,000 views removed from his channel because he's buying views, he's buying subscribers this is how this scam is running. This is the shitty thing about religion, man. They're allowed to run these scams and launder money, and when we start speaking up about it, we're not allowed to talk. It's like it's bad. You know, we're persecuting them. Yeah, I'll hold.
But you know, you will always say wrong things.
About
I say
religion.
wrong things a lot.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone, no matter who they are, will be pleased with you as a person. They may not like you. They may not get on with you. Well, Christianity, I've always believed, is a hate cult. It's nothing more. It's just hatred.
Yeah.
You know, there's more death and destruction.
It's
being
more
caused.
self-righteousness than anything. That's what I've kind of noticed it as. It's more.
And that's it. And they say, "Oh, we're not a cult." And anyway, I've always said, anywhere you go regularly and perform rituals and sing songs, and kneel, stand up, kneel,
Yeah.
say amen at the end of every sentence. That's a cult. That's cult jargon. They're using cult jargon.
That's indoctrination.
Most people who go to church are indoctrinated anyway. I think it's for the kids, and the services they have are very people friendly. They would never reveal the nastiness of the Bible.
Yeah, there's some mega churches here where I live in Texas. They're building underground car garages. I'm like, what? They're looking more like universities. Once I'm done with David, I'm going after Joel Osteen. He's next on my list.
That's the money, though. That's their businesses.
Yeah, it is.
Mega churches.
Church is a business now, but just recently, Joel Osteen, there was a plumber doing some work at his church, found $600,000 behind one of the shitters. $600,000 that was reported missing.
I heard that. And
True
the
story.
insurance got claimed on. The $600,000 went missing. Magically, only like 2 or 4 people had the code to the safe. Disappeared. No one knew. There was no leads, no fingerprints, nothing. Oh, look, it reappeared.
Oh, and it reappears, Viola, behind the shitter.
I know, right?
Love it.
Absolutely love it.
This money's not dirty. No, we just hid it behind the shitter. We just thought it was a good hiding place.
They tried to stop the builder reporting it to the police.
Yeah,
I don't know how true that is, though.
Absolutely, because that money was reported in a crime. That's cool. Yeah. I like seeing like that. We're people here, that we have families, and there's two. It's not just you, Viola. Like you.
Was it ever reported missing?
Yeah, it was. It was reported missing.
And they got the insurance money back on it. Like the insurance paid out for it.
So the thing is, dog, this money is now used in a crime. Catch my drift. It was reported missing. It was now used in apparently a crime because they hid the money, and they got paid out by the insurance companies.
How can you get insurance for free money, tax-free money? How can you be insured for that?
That's the scam on the 501c3 in America, brother. It's.
Someone could say, we've had $100,000 stolen.
Mm-hmm.
What a fundraiser if the insurance is going to pay out.
Yeah, it's weird how the church, they can get insurance on money like that. It's weird.
Like they can just fudge records and say, "Oh yeah, look, this is proof it came in and it's been stolen. Please give us it." I don't understand how mega churches are legal in America. I really don't get it because they don't do anything for the fucking.
In the Constitution.
They're laundering money, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. All these mega churches, they're fucking laundering money.
It's tax evasion. They're not actually helping the community around them. Same as Scientology. They do fuck all for the community around them. Same as most of the other ones. Jehovah's Witnesses. They'll help fellow Jehovah's Witnesses.
I have a couple guys in my group from Jehovah's Witness, and
I can't do it, so it's going to make it even funnier. Nanny.
Nanny. Yeah, one of our guys in our group, he's an ex-witness, and he is like, anytime you're dealing with any kind of hyper religious organization like this, you're gonna there's gonna be some sort of abuse component to it, whether it's sexual, mental, whatever, financial, drug abuse. There's always gonna be some sort of component to these. The one we're working on now, definitely a sexual component, and there's definitely a drug component, and there's definitely a money laundering component to it. 100%. When you don't pay your taxes in 5 fucking years, and you're a 501c3, he's changed names from JMMI to KOGGC. I mean, the scam this guy's running here in America, it's not just him. He's just number one on the list. And how is it for you guys in the UK?
It's a lot easier. That's why we always look to America and Africa for our religious kicks of the nutters.
Okay.
There are, fair enough, a lot of nutters here, though, like especially underground in cities, I hate saying it, in certain racial communities, there are problems. And it's where, like, there is a woman over in Africa preaching about witchcraft.
Okay.
As a Christian, saying these are witches, these are witches, these are witches. A lot of the things she's saying is like, does your baby cry a lot? It's a witch. It's possessed by a demon. And children are being held over fires. A little boy, sorry, a boy with developmental issues turned up dead in the River Thames after being tortured for multiple days.
Did you guys see the documentary about Gwen Shamblin, the chick with the big ass hair?
No.
It was called The Way Down on HBO.
The Way Down. That's horrific.
But
Terrific
here in the
documentary.
There is
UK,
a
we
lot
have
of
our
that
flat
happening.
earthers, we
There's,
have exactly what you have in America.
Oh, yeah.
We have the same amount of religions. It's just that here we're a bit more tongue in cheek about it. We can call someone we call a mate a cunt, and it's meaningless to him. It's a
also,
lot of
people are a lot more
context in it
quiet about their
Context in
religious
the way.
bullshit here, aren't they? Like,
But we still
you
have
won't
the
often
religion.
find them shouting them about everywhere. They normally keep it to
They're
themselves
mainly-
and keep within their own little communities, which
This-
makes
this-
it even
this-
harder to find out fucked up information.
What we'll find in UK when we get them standing on the corner or knocking on doors, we'll find that they are the Americanized style of religion. The Mormons, the Jehovah's Witness, the evangelicals. You know,
Oh shit! Thank you. You've just reminded me of something I need to do. Thank you. Sorry.
the ones that have
Didn't
the
interrupt.
ones that have come over from America to spread the word here, because obviously money exists all over the world. Why not earn it all over the world?
Yep.
Tax free, because
It's tax free.
churches here churches don't pay taxes here either. Religion is tax free. That was that goes back hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah, and it's
the same everywhere.
It's the same here. It's the same here, but here it is. Okay, so you could run a nonprofit, right? But there's a certain tax exemption that churches get in America that only churches get.
Absolutely.
Nobody else gets it but churches. So.
Well, listen, if you're going to print "In God We Trust" on your money,
yeah,
you're going to. I mean, look at Trump. He had all them priests and Christian believers all with his hands on him.
Yeah,
but he's just an attention seeker. That man.
That's
big orange attention seeker.
See on my channel. I don't take either sides with Christianity or the government. It's like they're both kind of screwing each other over. You know, they're screwing over the world basically. As far as I'm concerned,
you've got to understand the separation of religion and the state.
There is none in America. There
exactly. Even though they're supposed to be, they have their fingers in all them tills. And here we're starting to take religious education out the schools now, out the secular schools.
Which I'm not sure I'm okay with.
Why?
Well, I don't know what your religious education was, but I
was schooled in a Catholic school.
Okay, see, I went to Catholic.
By nuns and priests.
Yeah, I went to a Catholic convent school at first. Then I went to a Catholic boarding school. Then I went to public school. Convent school was nicer than Catholic boarding school. But when I went to public school, I got taught about Christianity. I got taught about like Church of England, Catholicism. I got taught about Buddhism, Judaism, Islam, atheism, agnosticism. I got taught about multiple different religions, and it can be done so well if we actually have a set standard for what has to be taught to stop all this bullshit of hate between people and religion just because they don't fucking understand.
And the thing
is nothing to do with that.
In
what
America,
I'm saying is, the children who don't do religious education, they still grow up to be morally good people. Morally good people. Their morals does not change.
Absolutely.
Even though they don't believe in God.
I've met such people here in the UK that have never been religious, never grew up with a religion. But how are these people the nicest of people around? Some of them are my neighbors. These people, I can leave my door open and go to sleep. In fact, there was one night my son left the front door open. We went to bed and went to sleep all night long. Our front door was open and not a single thing moved. Nothing. These are
Yeah,
people
I've had that
that
before. I live in a rough area and I've left my door open before. Accidentally left my door wide open and went into town. Nothing was touched, no one was in there. There's an even weirder story about that revolving a cat, but it's off topic. So, and I've left my keys in the door before. I could have been fucked. Someone could have taken my keys and not even broken in, just had my keys. Because in the UK, we don't have trespassing laws about people's homes. If the door's open, they can go into your home and it's not trespassing.
Not in Texas.
Like, we don't
Mm-mm.
have that sort of thing. So it's a big deal. And one of my neighbours, someone that walked by, I assume one of the vague neighbours that use like the footpath right by my door, because I get a lot of footfall, just took my keys out, chucked them in the door, closed the door. That was it. I was like, oh fuck, like, thanks.
Yeah, here
Like, nicest people.
we have private
you're wrong
property
about
signs.
Of course, we have trespassing laws. You know,
Yeah.
your private space is your private space. What we can't do is we can't shoot the person that walked into your house.
Oh no,
I'm going off that
no.
from what the
Anyway.
police have told me with issues I've had.
The police will say anything to get out of a little work and some paperwork.
If somebody
If
walks into your
if
house
it's
in
something
Texas and
really
you don't know
small,
them, whether the
if
door's
it's
open
something
or
really
not,
small, then the police will want to get out of that. But there was that guy who shot that kid. Remember the farmer in Norfolk?
no,
Not
I
far
don't know
from me,
that
actually.
story.
He shot the kid who died. He shot the other one who survived, and he went to prison. He died in prison.
Oh,
In
wow.
America,
y'all see in that case right now in America where that kid dismembered his parents and boiled their heads because they cut
Oh
him off
gosh.
financially.
No, say that again. Say that again.
Yeah. So there's this kid, Chandler Halderson. That's the case it's live right now. They're doing the court case
Chandler.
today.
Did you say Chandler?
Chandler Halderson. Yep. And 23-year-old kid, well off, parents gave him everything pretty much, but his parents cut him off financially. Kid's 23 years old.
Oh god, one of those.
Kills his parents, murders them brutally, dismembers them,
Wow.
burns them in the fireplace, and then boils the heads.
Oh my goodness.
Not even bullshitting you guys.
Got to admire America. They do things to the extreme, don't they?
Man, I had to call my parents. It's like, hey, thanks for not being piece of shit parents, and thank you for holding us accountable to everything we did. Because it's like that's bad parenting. It's like if your
Boil
kid,
their heads.
oh yeah, it's bad. Humanist, it's bad.
Oh.
And he's pleading not guilty.
How
When they have all the
do
evidence.
you plead not? Oh, well.
So
They have
I'm
the evidence.
guessing he boiled their heads to get rid of identifying the body.
I have no clue. See, I'm starting to think, was there something going on up here? To do that to your own parents, like, man, that's hardcore to dismember your own parents.
We're going back again to the mentality and religion. Now bipolar disorder has been going on since the year dot. Obviously, it's only recently we were able to diagnose it, but over 95% of people that have bipolar are never diagnosed. Now, there's a spectrum to bipolar, from a lifestyle to auditory hallucinations to visual hallucinations.
Yeah.
A lot of this, these people.
So do you mean schizophrenia, darling?
No, I'm talking about bipolar. You get auditory hallucinations.
Yeah. With bipolar, you get auditory stuff. Yeah.
Depending where you are on the spectrum. Schizophrenia is where you're two different people.
No, it's not.
And what's schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia is where you have paranoia, auditory hallucinations, physical hallucinations, things like that. When you actually are different people, is dissociative identity disorder. Also, formerly known as multiple personality disorder, though it's not been referred to that since the 1980s.
But
but here's anyway, in pop culture, yes.
Given what we know about mental health now, what if all these can coincide with one another?
Oh, there are so many mental disorders that pile on top of each other. Personality disorders are a spectrum. So you can have like borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, all on top of each other, and it goes from psychopathy, sociopathy at the far ends, right the way to like a slight personality disorder, which we've now learned.
Dementia
And
even.
they
Wait,
often come in triangulars.
Are you a specialist then?
No, I'm just really interested in psychology because I am crazy, and learning learning about mental health helped me cope with my trauma. So I kind of obsessively started reading into it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What I'm studying, the guy we're following over here in America, we're starting to believe he's got numerous mental health disorders because of the way he acts. Not only that, but they're interlaced with drug use and bad health habits. Yeah, and we're sitting back kind of watching this guy. I recommend you guys look him up, David E. Taylor. Go on. If you guys want to watch my channel, that's fine. That's fine. But go and watch his sermons and watch him come unglued. You're going to be like, holy shit, this guy's got issues. And we're sitting back here. I'm talking to somebody from Ireland right now that's watching and say, this guy has health issues and he needs some sort of intervention right away because he's really sick.
Who, David?
Yes.
Oh,
Physically
and
mentally, he's sick.
And after that deposition, it's crazy how he still has lots of people still following.
Not really. His cult is getting very small.
Is it getting smaller?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's
we're
good
trying
to know.
We're trying to get these people out and get them the help. Somebody came forward recently who's an actual certified trauma therapist and is certified in Virginia or licensed in Virginia and Arizona and can actually help patients and is going to put herself out there. All the other states she can refer and educate basically. So she's actually a certified therapist and she's sitting back watching going, yeah, these people need help because there's definitely.
That's amazing that they're there to help.
Yeah. And these are people that have just sitting back watching what's going on. And they're saying yes, because some of the people in these religious organizations are going in with previous trauma, some that's very severe. And then figure this, Violet, to have religion manipulated into their mind by some sick, twisted sack of shit like David. Then you have people who no longer trust themselves, yet alone other people.
So there's a large gaslighting element to what he's doing. Then I take it
big time.
Well, that's what religion does. They pick on your fears and your
weaknesses,
and they highlight them through humiliation, and then they say the only way out of this is via our God.
Yeah, it's through me, but you have to go through me to get to God.
Yeah, and you have to donate 10% of your wages.
Yeah.
And occasionally put into the pot that's passed around once a week.
I've never understood the idea of religion being a pay-to-play kind of thing. Like,
it's always about the money.
It's always about the money.
Oh yeah, I know, but I don't understand how people don't see it. Okay, let's say God's real. He created the whole fucking universe, which we now know. He didn't just create our world. He created the whole fucking universe if he's there with how big it is. How did he make it as a religion to follow him that we cannot just do it whenever we want, wherever we want? We have to go to a special place to talk to special people and give our money to do it.
I tell people on my channel, read your Bible at home because God is where your Bible is. If you believe in that kind of thing, you don't need somebody like David right here that Humanist is showing. You don't need some sack of shit like this telling you how to believe in God. God's in the Bible, man. No. And I'm not religious, guys. Just mind you, I'm not religious. I don't take either side.
I was going to play a quick video just to show you the POS we're on about.
Oh man, I just want to punch him in the forehead.
Sorry, guys.
I take it it's a big enough target.
Oh, you could play darts on that motherfucker.
Oh shit!
Show a movie on it.
I've taught this before, that God has created us men. We fall in love through our eyes, what we see presented to us. That's why God brought Eve to Adam to let him see her. He says when he saw her, this is it. You saw all those curves God put on her.
Yes, because he didn't have to fuck
Don't
animals
sit here and
anymore.
judge me. God put those curves on her. It wasn't me.
How do you know she was curvy?
I don't know why everybody think men are so nasty and wicked thinking. It was God who did it. It was in his mind before it was in ours.
So your God is nasty
Don't
and
be speaking. I don't listen to all that religious crap.
Oh, this is nothing. I've seen him speak worse than this.
Y'all to get used to me after a while. I'm just real. I'm just straight. Can you imagine? It wasn't Adam who decided to make a woman and put breasts, hips, none of that on her. It was God who did all that and knew what he was going to do when he did it and knew Adam would like it.
you knew what
But
you did when
religious
you did it.
people, oh, cover up your dirty pillows.
God gave her massive knockers and saw it was good.
Especially if you're a double D.
He's probably got some triple D's, this
Put
guy.
a paper bag over those dirty pillows. No, I don't think I should have a paper bag over them like that. I should be modest. But I need to show something. That's my presentation. You walk past a man and he looks at you, likes you. Why you looking at my dirty pillows? So whoever's been in your ear, all that stuff gonna stay in you. You're gonna treat everybody else like that.
This is not the worst.
This is nothing. This is nothing.
There is some really, really shitty. This guy is something. I tell you, he is something. It's the deposition, but it's just too long, and we can't even. I've done a couple of live streams on him before, on here, but my
This guy kind of
goodness.
takes the cake in America right now. He's pretty much viral at this point. We're really trying to get him stopped. He's doing a lot of shady shit with money, not filing his taxes. I pay 15% to be self-employed, and I find this very unfair that while us hardworking middle-class blue-collar workers got to bust our fucking asses to pay taxes, yet people like him, Joel Osteen, Kenneth Copeland, Jesse Duplantis, all these other mega pastor churches and just corrupt organizations float by. Oh, we don't have to pay taxes, but hey, give us all the money, but we don't have to tell you where we're spending it.
It's crazy. Absolutely
Bullshit.
Crazy.
It is. It's a double standard.
And that's why I appreciate what you do.
It takes all of us, though.
100%.
I mean, you spreading the word on your channel too, Humanist. I mean, David is now known worldwide. There's people already saying, David, don't even fucking attempt to come to our country because we know who you are, and we're gonna tell everybody. One of the contacts in Ireland, she said, it won't take me much to have his whole shit protested. I'll have 3,000 people there in no time.
Well, I watched his deposition where he had to explain his cash.
What'd you think?
Obviously, his Rolls Royce, it was for visiting. He uses that for visiting luxury for the visiting other pastors and other religious people.
Mm-hmm.
He had an excuse for everything. Do you need like this Louis Vuitton suit and things like that?
Yeah.
He bought a lot of clothes and house and cars and basically he just
he's
pilfers the money.
Yeah, he's recently, okay, check this out. So he's claiming to be in the Shutaway, but actually this last summer he's been out riding jet skis and four-wheelers and shit on this 14-acre property that they just bought with a lake. Okay, it's not a lake, it's a pond ultimately, right? It's a 14-acre property. 10 acres of it is the actual land, and then 4 acres is a lake, right? They just bought this. Everything's done in cash with these guys too. There is no bank accounts, no loans, because from what I understand is they are actually on a terrorist watch list. I haven't been able to confirm that, but given what they've done, when you hide money from the government, they tend to kind of take that to heart and they get highly offended. One thing the government doesn't take: money laundering and drug trafficking and sex trafficking, like human trafficking. 3 things they don't tolerate because, one, the government wants their money. 2, they don't want drugs in America, and 3, they don't want people trafficking people.
Scientology.
Oh yeah, Scientology's big.
L. Ron
They're
Hubbard.
allowed to traffic people all the fucking time, and children as well. Yay!
And that's, I believe, the one we're following now is there's some sort of trafficking component to it. Whether directly or indirectly, I'm not sure. But there's definitely, when you bring people in from out of state and kind of force them to work for you, then strip their will to do anything, that's, to me, that's trafficking, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's, and they're everywhere. But I've talked to a lot of people from overseas, specifically like the UK, Ireland, Scotland. They're saying, man, this shit's crazy. This shit's crazy what we're seeing here.
Yeah, it is insane.
I find all religion, even paganism, I'm sorry, but literally ridiculous. I mean, paganism is more like Mother Nature and polytheism and things like that. But it basically all boils down to gods.
Yeah.
And a belief in God, and the people who are having shit lives, who think there must be something better, and these fucking pounce on them.
Yeah.
I mean that's my pinned tweet is religion doesn't pray for the vulnerable; it preys on them. Catholicism, for example, they embrace war. They want war, and they want poverty, and they want the vulnerable to be, so they can just be in there after all the bloodshed and do their bit. Forget infrastructure. The Americans are good at that. They make their money out of infrastructure, but religion, they get their money too by getting these devotees who they know they're at rock bottom, starving or whatever, injured, maybe lost half their family in war or whatever, and they'll get in there.
Dog, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
Like, Mormons, Jehovah's Witnesses are taught to look at obituaries for people whose family have just died, or pay attention, and then go find them and hassle them and be like, I know that you just had a stillbirth, but you'll be reunited with your baby in heaven.
And it's all a lie.
Mm-hmm.
It's all a lie. And that's
it's unfortunate.
That's the MO for these cults.
This is where you can't really say it's a lie, because these people believe, a lot of them believe they're not lying. There is a God. You can't be proven they're not lying. And this is where the psychology comes in of people, and then it all boils down to the philosophy of it, which I don't believe belongs in religion anyway. It just muddies the waters. There's two answers: either there is a God or there isn't. And just because they can't be answered by anyone, it doesn't. You don't have to bring psychology into it. It doesn't need to be there. Either you believe or you don't. It's as simple as that. Agnosticism, for example, is not mutually exclusive to atheism. One deals in faith, one deals in knowledge, but they still conclude that without evidence, God does not exist. Simple as that. And that's what I'll go to my grave. But my body's going to the medical science anyway. I'm going to let the medical students make sushi out of me.
That's what I thought about doing too. Hey man, donate my body.
Why not? Science. It's no good to me. It's just a vessel that my consciousness once lived in. It's only going to rot away and it'll be burnt.
Yep.
Let them learn from it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking too. Donate my body to science, because I used to smoke and I had my share with addiction. Maybe they can find something out.
I originally wasn't going to, but I think I might now, because especially considering the genetic condition I've got, can't donate organs or shit like that unless maybe someone with my exact blood type, my exact or the biological markers that's necessary for a transfusion and has the same condition I do, and needs a organ.
Maybe you could be a key to the cure.
Oh, they can't rewrite DNA. Like, you're born with it. It's a genetic defect
they
on
could
one of your
rewrite DNA,
chromosomes.
all right. You'd be surprised what they can do. It's all banned now. You've heard the Human Genome Project, haven't you?
Vaguely?
Yeah, they can do a lot with DNA. Obviously, they can't do it through a COVID injection like a lot of these.
Yeah, no,
these
that's so
religious
dumb.
people saying, "Oh, yeah, it changes your DNA."
What to
But
say,
yeah,
hi.
DNA
I
can
wish-
be. You can take bad parts out of DNA and good parts and things like
I've
that.
had people so fucking stupid tell me, "Oh, you can cure yourself. You can cure yourself." Sit down and meditate and tell your body it's not sick.
Yeah.
Use your mind to rewrite your DNA.
I don't think it works like that. Maybe with David Taylor it might work. He might be able to rewrite his DNA to make him, like, I don't know, have a better fucking hairline than he has. But
there's probably
I
a
don't know.
douchebag gene somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe
he rewrote his DNA to make him into the person he is now from whatever, like, a spineless
sack of
amoeba
shit
he once was.
I always think if, like, God is who he is, it's like, okay, maybe God forgot about him and, like, kicked him under the fucking stove when he was making him or some shit, you know? and he lost David Taylor, and that's why we ended up with David Taylor, is because, you know, it wasn't.
Well, he's part of the reason why there's over 40,000 subsections and branches of Christianity in America.
Yeah, man, there's so many
who all disagree with each other. Who all believe that their God
is
more
superior.
It's the same God, but it's more superior. It goes with Muslims as well. It's the same God.
Yep.
But their version of him is superior, and
their way of worshipping is superior. Their way of doing it is the best way, and it's the way that it's meant to be done.
Look what's going on over in Jerusalem and Israel. That whole holy war. That is a modern day holy war.
Well, Christianity hates.
We're seeing the remnants of a crusade. Yeah.
Especially the Catholics, they hate the Jews. They were involved in the Holocaust, believe it or not. There's a report called the Bigelow Report, which I keep imploring people should read it. Talks about the Catholics' involvement with the Nazis and all of that.
The church pretty much washed their hands of the Holocaust. They didn't want nothing to do with it. They said, "No, we're not."
Yeah, the Pope
absolutely.
Didn't say shit.
That's what made them involved.
The Catholics are good.
The Nazis went to the church and wanted the support, and the church said,
The Catholics are good at brushing things under the carpet and paying off people. Look at it. Has anyone heard anything more about these hundreds of indigenous Canadians? That sort of disappeared, didn't it? Found on Catholic land when they were running their schools and whatnot.
Yeah.
The hundreds of, and they found them here in Ireland and in England. They found these mass graves of these young children.
Wow.
All killed by the Catholics. The Magdalene sisters in Ireland, Magdalene laundries were terrible places.
My granddad was in Southern Ireland, and he was in the Sisters of Mercy orphanage, which they were renowned for. They've had to pay millions of dollars in lawsuits, from the sexual abuses that happened to the people there. Like, it was bad. Like, people would just have wife die, all the children just get thrown in the orphanage, and then they fuck off with a new wife a year later. And that's it. So many orphans were in those church orphanages. My granddad lied about his age and joined the army, like, fought in Korea just to get away.
Back in the 70s, when I was in Catholic school, it was all about punishment and humiliation and things like that. And it happened to me often, beaten and humiliated in front of the rest of my class and things like that. That's how they worked. And in them days, they would put you into these institutions and just turn you into a crazy person. And guess who was in charge of all the asylums? The Catholics. So do you
guys know what's going on with the Royal Commission right now in Australia, still with the Jehovah's Witness?
No.
Okay, there's a Royal Commission. I think it's still going on. Basically, the Jehovah's Witness have to disclose, because they were hiding pedophiles within the Jehovah's Witness in Australia.
I've heard about that, and it looks like It looks like for a lot of people, they're saying it should be the start of things happening in other countries as well. There's some people who are delighted with what's happened in Australia and hoping that, other people will follow suit, because a lot of these religious organizations hide the pedophiles. They move them around. The Catholics.
Mhm.
David had one. I looked up David's organization one time. He had a pedophile in his organization.
And what did he do about it?
I have no clue.
Oh, what happened?
I think his signal's just dropped out a minute.
Okay.
No,
okay.
I'm
There we
here.
go.
Sorry,
There we go.
I was
There we
Bluetooth.
go.
Okay.
The Canadian genocide. What's that about, the Canadian genocide?
You know the
I heard about that recently. They
conversion
just found a bunch of
schools
bodies.
for
Yeah.
Oh, the
the
Catholic,
yeah
the Catholic churches. No, the Catholic
yeah where
schools.
they took the
Those-
native or indigenous children out
Yeah.
away to try to
Oh,
beat the savage out of them.
They just found a mass grave with like 300 and something bodies or 200 and something bodies, wasn't it? Kind of recently.
oh no.
Yep. They're
It's
still finding
bad.
bodies. Yeah. Religion has killed more people than anything, if you think about it. Disease, whatever, war, religion. People still
Crusades,
dying for religion.
Spanish Inquisition, witch trials that happen in every country, and the witch trials that are still happening to this very fucking day. Yes, they're still happening in countries.
Oh,
I
yes,
like-
they
They're
I
are.
like the
literally in
Inquisition.
Africa, babies being killed.
The Inquisition was the best because you know what? When it came down to the torturing, you know who was sitting there watching people get tortured?
Who?
Take a guess.
The Pope.
Priests. The Pope, the priests. The monks. I don't know.
They will sit there and
Absolutely.
watch people
Priests
being
get tortured.
tortured.
Absolutely, because back then everything was about
Oh,
God.
Yeah.
You go
It
back-
was
you go
it
back
was the
12
priest saying, "Give it another turn
Yep.
on the rack. Do
Yep,
this,
go
do
ahead and
that."
add another
telling them.
stone. Yeah. Turn the heat up a little bit. Go
Because
ahead and
also
turn the pair of
imagine
anguish.
the torturer, he wants to know that he's not going to hell for this. Like, can you imagine having that as a job and thinking like these are all the things that the Bible says not to do?
Wait, well,
Having the priest there will put your mind at ease and will let you go that little bit further, that stage further, where you don't mind if they die, because the priest said it's okay, and the priest is in charge of my immortal soul, and he would never lead me astray.
I thought that Christianity was the good religion. I thought Christianity was the religion that preaches love. Love is the foundation of Christianity.
was basically what the Muslims do now, only they don't do it no more. Muslims learn from Christianity, beheadings and sacrifices, and not just kill. And they do it it happens. There's people beheaded every day in Muslim states, even now.
Did you guys ever see the Kingdom of Heaven? Ridley Scott made it. Awesome movie, and it's Crusader based, and it's very brutal. It's about the fall of Jerusalem between Saladin and I think like 14th century somewhere, give or take. I can't remember the exact dates, but it shows people, the Crusaders cutting off the Muslim's head, boom, with a sword.
That's what it was all about.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
And the
life wasn't
Crusaders,
brutal back
because
then.
these Crusaders, they're Christians, right?
Absolutely, yes. Christian Crusaders, yes.
Cutting off the heads
Christians
of
going over
Muslims.
there were Christians going over to Muslim countries,
Yep.
Jerusalem, etc., to find holy relics of Jesus Christ, saying, "We're the good white Christians and we deserve it, you filthy insert the racial slur."
At one time, there were like 12 shrouds of Turin.
Oh, is that why? So like, I've heard a lot of these Christians over, say, like in the US, they're very obsessed with Israel and what goes on in the affairs in Israel, and a lot of Christians think that that's where the I don't know what's their obsession with Israel and those areas.
That's the cradle of foundation. That's the cradle.
Yes.
It's like the
it's
cradle
where
of
it all
foundation,
began,
basically.
and they think the Bible says that when things start to go tits up in Israel, that is the beginning of the foreboding of the blowing of the trumpet of the angel of the Lord that will bring down hellfire.
There's a certain hill. There's a certain hill in Israel where this is all supposed to go down to.
Mount Zion.
I think so.
No?
So it's a specific hill. Like when the second coming is supposed to happen, it's
Yeah.
supposed. There's a
Jen Hannah. Jen
Yeah,
Hannah,
I think.
when they did all their sacrifices. They
Oh
sacrificed
no,
their
believe so.
children.
Gehenna's like the hell, isn't it? Like
No, Jen
Gehenna
Hannah's
was where
where
they did baby sacrifices and they used to burn all the
valley of
rubbish
Jen
and
Hannah is
shit.
where they sacrifice their children for God, and that's where they believe that's where they will ascend from.
Yeah, the
Oh,
second
okay.
coming.
Then.
Yeah. I think that's your. I think that's what it is, dog. I can't. I'm not sure. I'd seen it on a
I've
special.
also
And
heard
everybody's-
biblical scholars refer to Gehenna as like the form of living hell, where like it was a place where God wasn't because they were sacrificing children and they were burning rubbish and all this evil, scary, awful,
Why would they call them
non-Christian-y
sacrifices
things.
if God wasn't witnessing it?
I don't know. Smear
No,
campaign,
no.
fuck knows. I don't know much about biblical scholarly.
Jen Hannah, or whatever, however it's pronounced, is is all part of Jewish culture, and the Jewish, of course, they, especially in recent times, the last few decades, they've always been buyers and sellers, and they've never done anything productive. I'm going about our Orthodox Jews now. They've never been productive to society. It's always take, buy, sell, wheel and deal. They're all dealing jewels and gold and fabrics. That's what the Orthodox Jews, that's all they've ever done. And they just want a little bit more. And look what they've decimated Palestine. You can look at a map, what was Palestine, and it's just been annexed. It wasn't, well, they say it was annexed. It's basically been taken over. They've got these little pockets of Palestine where Palestinians live. They're basically just growing Israel. That's all they're doing, just growing that arm of theirs. Reach it
It's
out
such
further.
a huge power struggle over there. There's always going to be a power struggle there. Always.
But going back to Christianity and the way they were to the Muslims, African priests are bringing all that back now. African Christian, they're killing gays and in public and things like that. They're doing all and beheading. They're doing all that now.
That's extreme too, man. You started killing people in the name of religion, cutting their heads off. Like I've on prior military, and we learned about war crimes, man. You know, we went to Middle Eastern countries. Like, dude, this is what they do to people there, man.
In the Muslim states, especially now the Taliban are back in charge.
I like my head right where it's at, right here on my shoulder.
If you're found to be gay or blasphemous or don't believe in Allah, you will be beheaded. And not only that, they will behead your whole family. They will go into your schools and behead your children and your cousins, and they'll behead anyone related to you. This is what religion does. It's just an evil practice of hating people who don't follow their ways. It's like anything.
Yeah.
You know,
that's how I kind of see
and
it
as
too.
Richard's book, he mentions abortion. They're trying to get involved in that now. It's like the Monty Python Meaning of Life. There was a song called "Every Sperm Is Sacred." Now, the average ejaculation produces around 80 million sperm. Now, one of them will win that egg race, and if it's lucky, and get pregnant. So, what happens to the other sperm? Are they going straight to hell? Because they don't believe in Jesus, do they?
Wait, there's a comment in the chat, Richard Matson. Wow, is it okay if women say that men have a limited say on abortion? I'm a theist saying this being represented here is a conglomerate held by possibly no Christians at the Afro-Humanist. You want to elaborate on that a little bit, Richard Matson?
Richard is religious. He's a Christian, but he's very insightful.
Okay.
Very insightful.
I don't think anyone said that men should have a limited say. They just don't get the final say. It's not their body.
Yeah.
Like, they can have all the say they fucking want. They don't get the final say. I'm just curious.
I'm a theist saying this is being held. This is a conglomerate held by possibly no Christians.
Yeah, I don't understand I don't get that bit.
I don't get that part either. Yeah, I'm not Christian, Richard Matson. I have no, don't worship, I don't practice, but I grew up in a religious family, you know. But sitting back and watching these churches scam people, you know, the mentally ill, helpless, hopeless, that's an issue, man. That's where I kind of say, no, this
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
okay.
Hello, Krishna.
Howdy. Good afternoon,
Hey,
everyone.
Hey, Krishna, how you doing?
Krishna.
Good. I just felt inclined to add that there are authentic religious, spiritual people in the world who are really flowing with amazing wisdom and goodness. And I think that it's really important when looking or examining any religion that we not forget that there is that aspect to the religion too, the actual people that are actually really using religion properly.
Yes.
And not like a perverted thing.
Krishna, I agree. I agree that
Same.
and people will interpret the Bible as they see fit.
Well, I'm talking
But
all religions, not limited to only one.
Well, yeah,
little thing.
they'll interpret their dogma and their spirit as they see fit. But the money makers won't interpret it; they'll manipulate it. It's a totally different concept.
Right. You give them that power, dog, and they're gonna abuse the power to the very edge of the cliff.
Absolutely,
They're gonna push it as far as they can without getting in trouble. It goes back to socialism, same with Hitler. Like, you give anybody the power, you know, they're gonna do whatever the hell.
It's our duty as citizens, as adults in society anywhere on the planet, to grow in wisdom enough to be able to discern the difference.
Yes.
Between the shit teachers and the authentic, actual masters, because they exist, and hardly anyone knows their name because everyone's like a powerful magnet. Everyone's attracted to the dog shit of religion.
Yeah.
Instead of the wholesome, healthy, nutritious foods of religion, which does exist.
No, and I believe you 100%.
Atheists like the dark shit. We like to dig out the dark shit. A lot of atheists know their Bibles better than the Christians do. You know, they hear these phrases in. They have a Bible and they hear these phrases and things in church, and they haven't got a clue what they mean, but they just say, "Oh, okay, yeah."
That's
Adam and Eve were banished from the Garden of Eden, and they were the only three people because they had two sons and one killed the other, obviously. But Adam moved into all these, found all these hundreds and hundreds of people walking about with clothes, and all they had was a fig leaf and a belly button.
I got in trouble for that when I was at the Catholic school, not the convent school. The convent school was nice, and I genuinely mean that.
What's the difference?
Convent school is run by
Catholic
nuns.
School.
Catholic school, you're not allowed to question the dogma.
So convent school is run by nuns normally. So I was taught by nuns. Catholic school is like a normal school that is just like Catholic, private Catholic, etc. So I went from a private convent school where the nuns were teaching me to a private Catholic school where actual teachers were teaching me, but it was a religious-based school. Even though I wasn't from a religious family, because they just wanted to send me to a private school, and the only private schools are religious. So, yeah, bit weird. But at the Catholic school, we just learned about Adam and Eve's proper story in the Bible properly. Because at convent school, they weren't Bible heavy. We just had to go to church on Fridays, and that was it. And it was not bad. We learned about the creation story.
You have to pray before and at the end of every lesson.
No.
Yeah, we had to.
No, it's got well chill because I was born in the 90s, so very much a different thing.
Born in the 60s.
Generations apart.
Yeah. Like my mum was born in the 60s, so like my mum was telling me stories about how like she would get her knuckles wrapped and shit like that. I never had that. Except for this one story where
life in the schools.
I asked, right? I waited till the end of school. I waited till the end of school just to make sure I didn't ask in front of all the other girls because I knew this was going to be a disruptive question. And I was actually a really goody kid at school. Like, despite everything, I am actually kind of a bit of a goody. I've never been in trouble with the police. Scared shitless to do anything illegal. But I asked the teacher at the end of the lesson If Adam and Eve were the only people, did that mean that they had children and then their children and they had sex with each other to create all of mankind? And is that why in the church we call each other brother and sister?
Well, that would be Noah, wouldn't it?
No, I'm thinking, like, this is me at 10, 11 years old, right? And the teacher just picks up the Bible and whacks me around the side of the head. Tells me to fuck off, basically, even though I've got brain tumours and that could have killed me.
Yeah. Fortunately for me, I was 6 foot in the 6th grade, so I wasn't physically attacked too often.
Oh, well, get you with all your tallness.
Oh my God!
6 foot. Oh, nice.
Hi, Richard.
Richard, sorry, I didn't know you were backstage. Sorry, I wasn't.
It's quite all right.
You know, going back to the Adam and Eve story, when I started questioning my faith, okay, I'm a Christian, and you know, this is the religion I was born into. Does it really make sense? And is there a reason to carry on being a Christian? One of the stories that in the Bible that completely made me change my mind was the Adam and Eve story. You know, for some reason, when you stop and question and, you know, just remove all biases, just remove all what you've been taught by the preachers and what you've heard, just, you know, look at the story for what it is in the context they want you to, you know, to see it in. And it just didn't make sense that a God who created these two, he was just done creating them, and all of a sudden he starts to put this test and then puts the very thing that would destroy humanity for forever. He just puts it right there in the middle of the garden and then walks away and comes back, says, you know, where was he when the serpent was having this conversation? Anyway, I don't believe the story to when I look
He
at
was
the whole
probably
thing, I just think this
outside the
doesn't make
walls
sense.
making a bet with the serpent, saying, here, I bet my creations love me so fucking much that they won't fall for it.
Like he
First
did
thing.
with Job. Like he did with Job.
Yeah,
That
probably.
was him and Job. I mean, no, sorry. The devil was the good guy. The devil was busy doing his own thing. But God says, come
That book should
and
be
see
called The
my son.
Humiliation of Job.
Come and see
Or
Job.
The Torture
Oh,
of Job.
showing off. Anyway, Richard always has a different spin. Richard is a theist, but he has a different spin on everything in the Bible.
We like Richard here.
Yes, we do. He makes
Very
you
nice.
see a completely different side to the Bible and theism. No, would I say theism, Richard?
Biblical theism, yeah, sure.
Biblical theism. Okay.
It's okay.
Oh yeah,
we
and
can block Richard.
you put something in the chat. I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah, that's why I came in. Maybe
Yes.
I wrote that poorly, but in 200 characters, what can you do?
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
man.
I
didn't mean
feel
to
that
call
all
you
the
out like
fucking
that. I was like
time.
the conglomerate. I was like, what, dude? Yeah, I'm not Christian, man, and I like to.
No.
I'm exposing a destructive cult. That's how I'm here.
I would support you in that as much as I possibly could.
Yeah, I've received death threats, cease and desist, you know, phone calls,
Like,
emails, all kinds
Christians
of shit.
like you sound like the sort of people we need about, like, helping get rid of the actual fucking evil. Getting rid of, okay, that sounds extreme. I don't mean get rid of. I mean, like, shut down the churches that are actually fucking scary and are using the Bible to screw people over.
The sad thing is, if you suddenly shut down religion, this world will be in a fucking uproar.
Oh my God.
An absolute uproar. This is
anarchy. You're talking anarchy.
Well, really what needs done is we need to deconstruct it from the inside out. Okay.
That's right.
Yes.
And not just pull the carpets out from underneath the feet of people and have them collapse, but actually offer something that replaces that support structure. And which is what a lot of humanitarians are trying to do. What's that?
And that should be wisdom of the population, because if the population actually grows in wisdom and useful knowledge instead of knowing every movie since 1932 and every football score and every athletic game of some useless, perverted bunch of drug addicts and alcoholics playing sports together, then we'd actually have real wisdom in society instead of like dog shit wisdom.
Oh, you
Half-assed
philosophical types.
wisdom. What do you mean? How am I a philosophist and you're not?
I didn't say I'm not. I agree with you on all those things.
Okay.
But when someone, like, the way we're exposing these organizations, I try to call them cult organizations because that's what I do. I'm starting with one. I'm going on to the next one. I'm looking into a couple right now. Some are bigger than others, and I don't know why I do it. It's just I feel it's something that needs to be done because these people are manipulating the most helpless and hopeless in our society, man, and it's fucked up shit. I don't like it.
I tell you,
Thanks to the
I
television.
commend you. I commend you,
It's
David
horrible.
Full Frontal, because you were in the army, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in the
You're
82nd.
retired,
Yeah.
from the army, and
I'm not
this
retired,
is
you
what
discharged. I've time served.
discharge is the word that I was trying to use. But then you have found a cause, and you are in it 100%.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not
interesting that we can have this kind of platform where we all have very different beliefs. We've got Villa, who's pagan. Full Frontal, he's just non-religious at all.
I've been
Doug,
classified as a, what do you call it? Not an atheist, but
None.
agnostic.
Agnostic. Yeah, that's how
Agnostic.
apparently what I am. Like, I don't
Same
take labels
thing.
because
Same thing in my book.
Yeah, it is what it is,
You
but
believe in God or you don't. There's no third
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, that's
there is.
kind of where I stand.
Sure, there's a third option. You could understand what the forces that created us, instead of believing, just means I don't know. It's the most horrible statement of
Surely
religious.
that's just energy, isn't it?
See, I've been watching. Okay, let's do one cross religion with science. I've been watching the whole thing with James Webb, the James Webb telescope. That thing's about to hit the L2 insertion point, and you know what that telescope's going to do? They're going to look out into space farther than we've ever seen. What is that? What if they find something out there? What if they see something we've never seen?
Well, they're going to see things we haven't seen. That's a fact.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
That's the point of it.
100%. Yeah, that's what it does.
Listen, I'm not done. I'm not done here on planet Earth, right? I haven't. Allow me to just stop here, okay? Whatever goes on there, congratulations. I'm not. The other day, I showed a video here. Was it? Yeah, someone said that they're starting to buy properties up there in space. They're starting to buy
On the moon and shit.
Who do you pay?
It's on my channel. It's on my channel.
Who do you pay?
This
That's
man,
a good question.
This pastor comes and tells
How do
his
these people
congregation.
fucking claim they own the planet?
He was telling his congregation that Fauci, Dr. Fauci. Dr.
Yeah.
Fauci is the demon, and they're trying to wipe out everyone on Earth with this virus because all the billionaires are moving into space and they're starting now to buy properties in space. I was thinking, okay, when did that start to happen? When did they start building properties in space? I thought, okay, just the crazy. On my channel, I show the crazies. I show the things that are completely out there. And unfortunately, people believe this stuff.
And also how much more fucking greedy can you be? You need to buy fucking property on another goddamn planet. There's not enough on this one that you have to go buy fucking property on the moon.
I got bought an acre on the moon.
Years
ago, and I thought, what a fuck! Why don't you just give me the money? And I got pissed on it, and it would have been more enjoyable than my acre on the fucking moon. And I've also been
at least bought you an acre of that land that gives you the fucking title, where you can say that you're Lord or like Duke, something like that.
I've been bought a star too. Who fucking got the right to sell stars to people? Who the
How do you know that someone else doesn't own it? What if there's another Earth, like another planet, that there is a life form that can live on, and they're selling the same fucking stars?
I honestly
How do you say
believe
that?
there is
You?
life out there. There has to be. It's inevitable.
Oh yeah.
It's so
My
vast
nan,
and big.
bless her, 70 years old. I asked her because she believed in ghosts and things like that. I asked her, "Well, Nan, do you believe in aliens?" And she goes, "Of course I do." Like, why? And he goes, "It's a bit arrogant of us to think that out of everything out there, we're the only planet in all of existence that could support something living."
But the religious do. And this is why flat earthers have become born again Christians, because they've got to believe that there's a fucking cake dish over the earth. And, you know, a cake dish has to be that vast that you can't, invisible cake dish has to be.
Piss out of a speck in the solar system, man.
Exactly, with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Space
why
doesn't
limit
exist.
your
The
mind to
moon is
one?
fake.
Why limit your mind to one book though, when there's like other religions all over the world with most very obviously the source of the
And they're-
Bible that
They're
you're
just as
complaining about, but
lazy.
there's other
They're just
religions
as
out there,
lazy,
like
man.
the ancient Hindu religions, which aren't that complex to understand when you see the religious stories in movie form. Sadly, they've been removed from YouTube with English largely for copyright strike. But these other like scriptures that have never been molested, changed, altered. The freaking my demonic ancestors never got their hands on it and destroyed it. You know, so it's still like in its pure form, and it's so amazing and beautiful. All the other religions of the world are based on it, and it's the last thing anyone ever goes to check.
33 million gods. That's what's incomprehensible about Hinduism.
There's a lot of incomprehensible things about every religion, and even every atom that we're made of, and even
I can deal with one. I can deal with one. Maybe Buddhism with their 24 gods. I can deal with them. But 33 million gods? How do you deal with that?
Well, the way you deal with it is
pray
like this.
to all of them.
Sadly, right now there's 8 billion gods because there's one god, and everyone's perception of them is a different god within each skull. It's a different perception.
8 billion gods.
Yep, there's
That's the thing,
Father
like
Time.
in paganism, you don't have to pray to all of them at all. Like, you don't pray to all. You don't sit down and name every single god at prayer time or things like that.
Well, let me explain it like this: the way you pray to every god, every form of God, is to be a cheerful, good soul in life and uplift the minds and hearts of others around you. It's so damn simple.
To Christianity, you can be the nicest guy on the planet. I've said this many times before. You can be the nicest guy on the planet. Unless you accept God in your heart, you're going to burn, mate. End of story. That's how the Christians see it. This is the hate.
This is the thing I don't get with it. On the topic of your thing, right? Christians, they do good things to get into heaven, right? I do good things to do a good thing. I do a good thing to be a nice person. I do a good thing to make someone smile. I don't expect anything in return. I don't even expect a fucking thank you. Be nice if I get a thank you. Don't expect it. But Christians generally act good to get into heaven. So why should they get into heaven if they're only doing a good thing to get something? Because it is not truly a good deed if they are doing it with an expectancy in return.
That's how Christianity is, because it's always better to give than to receive. Catch my drift? You know?
Yeah.
And it always is. That's what it's always going to say. You got all these extreme churches out there. Oh, give us your last dollar. But hey, when you're in time of need, go fuck yourself.
I did want to address Afro-Humanist directly on something that's just...
Hey, boss, I think she stepped away for a minute.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Yeah. I think she left in the chat. She'd be back. I think
she's just had to go check on the small one.
Yeah, she's got a little one. She's got a child that I think is ill or something like that. She's being a parent right now. Yeah.
Right. You saved me from doing double speech.
Yeah, no.
So you go to your church and say, I was burgled, I've lost everything, they've taken everything from me. Can you help me? And what do they say? I'll pray for you.
Or they'll take 10% of your paycheck for 30 years. Then you lose your job and you're like, oh shit, I'm broke. And you go to them and go, I'm broke, I need some help. Oh, here you go. Here's a food parcel.
Yeah. And I'll pray
bitch,
for
I
you
just gave you like 60 grand over the 30 years and you're giving me a food parcel once a week. Oh, well, we can give you a hot lunch.
Yeah.
Cup of tea.
I have seen churches give people substantial amounts of money, like, even hundreds, or maybe even a couple times, something in the
Oh,
thousands.
yeah, not all churches
You know-
are evil, but...
You know why they do that?
Yeah,
You
they
know
keep
To
Right
justify
on.
the collection plate on Sunday?
Yeah.
Of course.
The one guy we're exposing right now, the group, he says he gives back 98%, but there was an actual tax account called JT Pocket Watches, and he's a certified tax accountant on
Oh
YouTube.
yes,
And
I watched
he's
that.
been,
I watched that.
oh man, this guy is amazing. He goes through and he's been drilling all these corrupt organizations, talking about the PPP loans, how the organization should operate, the tax laws they're violating, and just the overall corruption. And he did David Taylor's. He's like, man, there's very questionable stuff going on here, And he's like, he only gave back like 1.7%. And then they come out in the video saying, we gave back 98%. But actually, dude, you gave back like less than 2%.
Well, he claimed all his bling and his cars and his mansions and whatnot. He claimed that was for religious purposes. Of course.
There's a lot of shady shit going on right now. They're moving money through real estate. That's how they're moving their money. They don't have bank accounts. I was saying earlier, they don't have bank accounts because they don't want to have anything on the books, But when you're taking payments through Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, taking in cryptocurrency, a fucking church, I question that highly. What church that I know of takes in cryptocurrency?
Did you hear about the
What's that, ma'am?
Sorry, I muted myself while I was speaking. There's the Catholic Church in Tennessee were in trouble recently for they were in court. I think they were found guilty for is it embezzlement or something? I'm not sure. Let me check.
It's a mafia, isn't it? It's it's a Romans.
It was fraud.
They come over, the Italians. They come over. All they do now, they don't wear snazzy suits. They wear robes and fuck you up.
It must be nice to be able to use the church as as a money laundering safety net. That's what it is to me.
Since the church abuses money, maybe they should get donations and like blankets and cans of food and stuff instead of cash. That's what we do to stop fraud at homeless shelters, or if you have a friend that's a drunk and they need food, if you give them $50, they're gonna get drinks.
They'll buy booze or drugs. Yeah. No. You need
give
clothes.
them a couple sandwiches and little kit of some things they might need, and then they can't abuse it.
Yep.
One of the greatest stories in recent years was that Christian missionary who went to that island near Papua New Guinea. These people had never bonded with reality. And
didn't they get killed or something like that?
He got killed instantly.
Yeah,
dude, he stepped on the beach.
Yeah.
And one of my best ones was what I mentioned to Esther a while ago on his shows was Reverend Desmond Tutu, who said the missionaries came to Africa with their Bibles. We closed our eyes to pray to their God. Next minute, they got our land, and we've got their Bibles.
Yep.
That's a great quote.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No, I think that's a very poignant quote, really. It's what they do. They try and get in on these encroached lands and properties and build their churches. And Esther shows a lot of extreme showmanship shows that these people do of extracting demons. And it's all a show. You can see that they're all in on it.
Theatrics.
It's all theatrics, and it's up to them. They have to try more and more different ways to
especially now they live stream that shit.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so Humanist. So check this out. Okay, so David's little convoy of miracles, right? That he's claiming he's going to go help all these places with natural disasters. So he went up to Mayfield, Kentucky, right, where they just had those big tornadoes, with 48 cases of water. Shows up in the truck. Tony does. David doesn't even show up. Tony and some other fucking cult crony show up. run a video saying that they're up there trying to help the people and they need, you know, they got pallets of water and that they need donations for help. One of our group members, his aunt is the mayor of Mayfield. So he made a phone call and the sheriff ended up escorting David and his little fucking cult cronies out of Mayfield, Kentucky. Said, get out of here. They were down there trying to scam. They were trying to go down there and scam the insurance money because that place was a natural disaster zone, right?
Oh,
and in
is that what
America,
they were
when those
trying to do?
when those type of events happen, what insurance companies do, you got FEMA, you got all kinds of help down there already. When David was down there, the mayor was having a meeting with FEMA that day, so they didn't need David's help. But what he was ultimately down there trying to do is scam the insurance checks out of people, because in those areas, when big natural disasters hit like that, the insurance companies go down and just start handing the checks out to people. Hey, your house is leveled. Here's the insurance check. Go ahead and rebuild your house.
Oh gosh! Look at this article right. Look at this article right here. Look
is
at
something
this article.
David would try to do. Yeah, FEMA. David would
This
pull
is
some shit like this. Yep.
This is the
Red
Catholic
Cross is already
Church. The Catholic Church in New Orleans. I thought it was in Tennessee. So they had to pay back to the government $1 million. But the fraud, what they were guilty of is, I'm not sure. Let's check how much. So they defrauded the U.S. government of over $100 million.
What was
only
fine they
$1
paid?
million?
You know
So
what happened if I defrauded the government?
Where's the 99 million gone?
If I defrauded the government of $100 million, I'd be in fucking prison.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be any like, oh, just give us back $1 million and we'll call everything good. Little slap on the hand, don't do it again. But you know what they're doing? They're probably doing the same fucking thing right now.
Shame.
I wonder what information they have on who.
Well, we all know religion is slowly declining, and in my eyes,
in
it's
Europe,
not fast
especially
enough.
from what I heard.
Not fast enough.
Not from my perspective, just the lower natured.
Oh, it is declining, and it will catch up, but not in our lifetimes, unfortunately. I would like to see the demise. I would like to see that David Taylor with his one guest
declining
audience
much in
kind of
India.
screaming for every penny he has.
Yeah, dog. I've had it with his shit, and that's why I'm here. I'm going on to the Joel Osteen next. He deserves a lot of attention, I think, Joel.
Oh,
I'm gonna pop out now because I've got to go do like parent things. But just wanted to say, like with Ox, like I agree with you on that thing. Like when all man-made religions fail, you return to the Great Mother. She asks for nothing but respect. My paganism is I worship the earth, the actual earth. I pick a fruit. I say thank you to the tree because it spent all that time growing that fruit that I could live.
Are you a
and I think that's nicer. Well, technically, yeah, because I worship the sun, the moon, the earth. So, like, yeah, technically in that,
itself.
Yeah, actual nature, actual planets, the actual celestial bodies. So, like, I'm very loose as pagan, and I've gone through various stages, being in it 15 years. So, I think that's a pretty good way to be. Be thankful for the actual fucking planet
I'm with you
keeping you
there
alive.
too. Kind of, it's like, hey man, we're given this earth. It's like we need to respect it and appreciate it for what we're given.
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
it.
like
right.
If you're given a piece of land, like, and you like an acre, you know, if you're given land, like it's your responsibility being here to work that land and make the best of it. You know, that's my opinion, and I'm kind of on there.
Ox in the chat is Native American.
Oh, we better get him.
Yep. Ox, they did the same thing here in America. The Bible gave them the rights to commit genocide on my ancestors.
Naughty.
Sorry, Ox.
Right, I'm gonna go.
Thank you, Villa. Thanks for
guys.
coming.
It was nice meeting you all.
Oh, Villa.
See you, Villa. Bye. Nice meeting you. Yeah, and you know what? Ox has kind of a point there too. It's like he also has a valid point there too. Christopher Columbus came over and fucking with the Bible, religion, and committed
Oh
one of the
yeah,
fucking
raped
biggest genocides on the face of the earth,
yeah,
man.
raped and pillaged his way right up South
Well, not only
America
that, and
into.
disease, like they brought over smallpox. You got to figure the natives, right? You got Europeans coming from a country that went through the plague, smallpox, all these other fucking just pandemics, huge, come over and just bam, wipe an entire population out with disease, man. Not even by rape and the actual killings, but disease, man.
And the Americans give him a day.
I call
Give
it
him a
Tyrants
holiday.
Day. Happy Tyrants Day, man.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. Happy Tyrants Day, because there's a book I read while I was studying to be a teacher. It's called Lies My Teacher Told Me, and that was one of them. Christopher Columbus. Like, all the shit they told you about Christopher Columbus is all a lie. And it really is. Everything your teachers told you about Christopher Columbus, how he was this great explorer. Yeah, he explored, but he all raped, pillaged, plundered. Yeah.
They did admit that from the history
He had slaves?
Oh yeah.
He had
Did he
everything.
have slaves?
He was a horrible. I think he got wind of that gold. What was that? The golden begins with an E.
Golden egg?
No. It was an ancient
El Dorado
gold deposit.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, El Dorado. And he got wind of El Dorado, so
Lost
he
City
killed
of
his
Z,
way.
Basically. Yeah, Lost City of Z.
Yeah,
El
to
Dorado.
get to that, which obviously it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah,
Only
Percy,
in movies,
what was his name? Percy Jackson or some shit went looking for it back in the day.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about. Yeah. Sent his wife back the watch. Yeah. But yeah,
now everyone
he was right.
Everyone's Spanish Catholic down. A lot of it is all Latin American, isn't it? And because of his filth, and basically, America was probably a beautiful continent before the world got their fucking hands on it.
Yep. And if something I kind of learned in history about this, about the whole global, like the transocean global network, that gold, there's a lot of gold still at the bottom of the ocean, but a lot of the gold that's in circulation was from those times.
You can find gold. You can find bits of gold if you just sieve a river, even here in England. The river, if you just put a pan in front of a waterfall, you get not enough to change your life. Obviously, they're not bars of gold coming down there.
Yeah.
Gold is quite a big natural resource, but mining for it obviously is any sort of mining these days is devastating on the environment.
A government job seems to be the most efficient.
Well, you got to figure back. Christopher Columbus, he wasn't mining the gold; he was just taking it.
Look at Trump wanted to pass these fracking laws. Now it's been banned here in the UK because it actually caused earthquakes. And what it does, it devastates lands within hundreds and thousands of acres around where you're fracking, because you're basically just forcing salt water in between the rocks to force a tiny bit of gas out of it. And you call it fracking, and it's
I'm
terrible.
in South Texas, and they do it a lot here in Texas.
Yeah, and
they do have earthquakes. I'm from California, where earthquakes just come naturally, and not little bitty earthquakes like the little 3 or 4 pointers they have here. It was like, oh my god, it's an earthquake. Now wait till you've been in like a 6 or 7 pointer.
I always believe if you ever look at a flat map of the Earth, and you can actually see if you squeeze them all together, it would fit like a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh yeah.
You can see if you squeezed all the landmass together, it would fit.
Pangea, that's what the original
one massive big hole, which is the Gulf of Mexico, which is, I believe, that's only my opinion. I believe that's where, if it was a meteor, that's where it landed. It hit there, devastated that surrounding area. So that's why you Chile and all of them, they suffer from earthquakes, and California and all the way along there. I think the fault lines are damaged there because of that. And then, obviously,
look at that big volcano that just erupted out there. Dude, that was a big fucking geologic event, man.
Yeah,
That was a big one.
I get all that.
It-
But all them
and-
around
and-
Mexico, they suffer a lot with the earthquakes, and I believe it. That is probably, but I say that's what I've read into it, for what I've read through the science.
Mhm.
But if you do go back to that, then you are going back millions and millions, hundreds of millions of years. So when life was here, it was
I
obviously
thought the Earth was only 6,000 years old.
well, yeah, but this may disprove it. My theory.
No, I'm
I
just being
believe
facetious. I'm just being facetious.
I believe that I believe that
The
I'm like, I
Christians,
don't know. Is
the
it 6,000
Christians,
years old?
the Bible. Well, the Christians think it's only, well, not all of them. Some of them do think it's about 6,000 years old.
for what wasn't killed via the
Extinction level
meteor,
event. Yeah.
obviously acid rain would have been a major issue then, with the sulfur and the crap. And
Nuclear
acid
winter.
rain would have been would have killed the plant life, which would have killed the herbivores, which the carnivores would eventually have no food left, and it
It would have
died
been a
off.
chain reaction event.
And the acid rain would also kill the top third of the ocean, or what was in the ocean as well. So it was only what was
that
in the lower
phytoplankton.
depths of the ocean that managed in the end to crawl out and became what we see today. All the life, what we see, crawled out the ocean at some point. Some of it's stuck there. Plants, for example, they came about through just natural regeneration of life. But what we
Through
see,
millions
if
and
you look
millions
at
of
evolution,
generations and years. Yeah,
we can literally go back millions of years to these to a human being crawling out the ocean.
Yeah. Yep.
Other
hey guys,
than that,
I'm out. I'm gonna
fish.
go work in the yard with my bees, man. It's a nice day out here in South Texas, and it's about to get cold the next few days. So I gotta go. I'm gonna go.
Well, thank you. Thanks for
care,
coming,
fella.
and I appreciate you once again for the job that you do. Did you put your link in the chat? Please put your link in the chat. You're close to your, very close to 1,000 subscribers. And how many did you have on your previous channel? The one that was taken down.
Man, I was pushing like 600 subscribers, and
David,
then
put it in the private chat as well, mate.
Okay. Let me put it here. So that's my channel where I'm exposing David, and yeah, I go live once a week on Friday. Sometimes I'll put little shorts up in between, and then I actually need to go and I need to file fraud reports against him again.
Every Friday you do that, don't you?
I do about once a week. I don't necessarily give it a set date right now.
Okay.
I haven't filed this week, and I need to. I got them all printed out in my office. I just need to stamp them, sign them, and drop them in the mail. And then I'll usually fill. Yeah, because I don't want the IRS to forget that he's laundering money. That's bullshit.
It's like the Shawshank Redemption when he wanted that library. You wrote to them every week till he got the library.
Absolutely. My people always say, "Man, squeaky wheel gets the grease," and people from my group are also filing sporadically, not all the time, but some people do pull the file and file reports with me because that's what it takes. We're taxpayers, man. I have a very hard time letting these people get away with this kind of money laundering, and everybody saying, "Oh, there's nothing wrong here." Bullshit. Sorry.
People in America living below the poverty line. And you got guys like this
while we sit here in front of the bill for these social services that are fucking struggling, man, and these guys just blowing money on these mansions, properties like nothing.
FEMA
we're a church. We're a church, so
maybe donate some money to FEMA, help them out a bit, let them employ more, especially that hurricane that came out just before Christmas. That devastated, was it Kansas or Kentucky? It was around there somewhere.
Okay, dog. So David, so check this out. I was saying earlier, I was going to go, but David sent his little cult cronies up to Kentucky, right, in this little convoy of miracles. All right, this is bullshit. Sent them up there with 48 cases of water, right, to go help them. All right, what the fuck is 48 cases of water going to do in a place like that? Okay, 48 cases, yeah, it'll help, right? Definitely. But it's like, dude, if you're gonna show up with a semi, you might as well. He showed up in a full size semi, guys, mind you. Okay, it was a 48-foot trailer with 48 cases of water. That's it. It cost him more fucking gas to drive up there in the damn trailer.
You could
Was
fit that in
Was it
a
all
Toyota.
liveried up with David E. Taylor, Pastor to the World, written on it, and whatever?
It says JMMI Miracles in America or some shit like that. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
What he went up there to do was scam the insurance checks, man. But
Absolutely.
one of our group members, dog, his aunt is the mayor of Kentucky, and I'm in touch with numerous of my group members because there's a worldwide network watching this asshole, and they're like, get him. We don't like what he's doing. It's bullshit. We're with you. And everybody's watching him, and he doesn't get it. He does not get it.
I watched that deposition because he's been deposed quite a few times, and he's been up in the hot seat. I watched that particular one, and I weren't impressed at all by him. So you keep doing what you're doing, fella. You keep exposing these fuckwits.
I'm tired of it, man. It's disgusting. The fact what gets me. Yeah, what
never
gets me
tire.
to taking.
Have it drive you, mate.
Oh, dude, I have the group is pushing me even more. You know, they're like, no,
Good.
don't stop because it's what's needed, and people were scared to do it. You know, people. I don't want to do it.
If you post your link in the private chat, you'll have one more, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, I posted it in the YouTube chat too. If I exit out of here, I don't know if I'll be able to.
No, you should have on your screen comments and private chat.
Let's see.
On your
okay.
StreamYard.
Yeah, and then let's see.
You've got an option chat with hosts and others. Just post it in there.
See, Doug, now you know more about StreamYard, you see?
I don't have
from the last
can't copy
time.
my link though from YouTube without
Are you on
exiting out of
Android?
here.
You know what? Let's see
Or-
if I
No,
can do it.
I'm on iPad.
If you put it into landscape and portrait mode, other options will appear.
Oh, I got you. Okay, hang on. There you go. Let's see here.
Well, you posted in there already. Let's see. You put okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yeah, I put it. Yeah, here it is. I dropped it in. You can see it here in the.
No, it's not
comments.
in the private chat yet.
Okay, hang on. See, yeah, I'll have to exit out of the chat and then come back in. And
Oh,
post
it's all right. I'll
Yeah,
I don't have
Humanist
enough.
has it, and I think Humanist might have it on their channel.
Yeah, I think
I'll follow the link in the comments. That's okay.
Yeah, man.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll put the chat in. I'll put the
Okay.
link in the private chat.
And I do have
alright.
I do have an
Yes,
email.
sir.
If you guys want, if any of you guys want to contact me off channel, Humanist, you guys, thanks for having me, and thanks for letting me listen
Oh,
to you guys.
no, thank
it's,
you.
It's always good to hear
Thanks
your
for
worldviews,
coming.
man.
Thanks for coming.
It's really enlightening. So you guys have a good day. It's a nice day. I'm going to go out and work. I hope to see you guys in the future. And it was nice meeting you too. I don't know your name, but it was very nice listening to you. Thank you. So you guys have a good day, and we'll see you later, guys. See you,
I'm
brother.
sub to you, but I'm sub to you now, David. By the way.
All right,
Oh,
Doug. I
you
think I
done
have
it.
you on my channel too, man. All right, you guys have a good day, man. Thanks for having me again.
You
Humanist.
too, mate.
All right,
You
bye-bye.
done it, Doug?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I
okay,
just followed the
that's
link from the. It's
Okay,
hard to do on a
fantastic.
computer without going into.
Mhm.
I just opened my phone and followed it from my phone.
Okay, great. Oh, and now I've got Krishna. I'm curious. The name
Shoot.
Krishna.
Yes.
I'm curious.
Why aren't you
What's that-
wearing
what's
orange?
that about?
Oh, say again.
Why aren't
What's
you
that?
wearing
The
orange?
name Krishna. What's it about? I'm curious.
Okay, I'm not wearing orange because I'm not a monk or
Oh.
a priest or something like that. I'm just a regular working guy.
Can you dance with a tambourine?
I guess I could. It sounds fun. I haven't quite a while.
Well, that's what
I'm
they
not
do.
really.
Isn't it?
I'm not a Hare Krishna like the Western converts. I
Ah.
studied actually under the actual Indian masters that I deemed worthy of teaching.
Mm. Oh, nice.
After discerning who was fraudulent or less wise and who was more wise. And that's what my channel is about. I actually, my playlists are full of like teachers that I find to be the most wisest people on the planet, among others. I'm not saying they're the only ones. And so you wanted to ask me some questions, and I actually wanted to ask you something also briefly
Okay.
first.
Yeah, go on.
It's easy to like insult and point out these bad things. It's like basically like what we see on the news, the kind of stuff that you're doing, and it's good. It's good to expose this stuff.
Yes.
But I'm proposing that it might be something to consider to actually promote a positive teacher of some sort that whether it's a psychologist, a religious person, a political person, just some, people, a YouTube personality, something positive instead of just only, being like an eagle looking down on the lowly ones. I think we should be also add to it like a little humbleness, looking up at these like amazing people that are really authentic, and I think it would add a lot of flavor and potato to your stew.
Oh yeah, that sounds great. And
very enlightening, but it's not why we do it. We do it because it's what they represent that we're against, not the people. We're not insulting their intelligence or having a go at their intelligence at all. What they represent and why they represent it is what is in disrepute. Is what we question.
Well, the reason I say this is from my 20 years of learning from all religions as much as I was able to, I learned that what comes out of my mouth becomes more and more popular. It's like fertilizer for a garden, and and when we talk about bad things we don't like, we make them more and more popular, like we're planting fields all around us in every ear of everyone that encounters us of these like ugly things. And when we do the same thing with like with a beautiful mind, with a beautiful eye, promoting and making popular the wise teachers, the good things, and it actually helps those to flourish around us.
I completely agree, and that's why going forward, I'm going to have a few people come on to we're going to have conversations. There's someone who I'm speaking to at the moment. He's the one in charge of Atheism UK, and he's agreed to come on the live stream. Maybe next week. I think we haven't fixed the time yet to come and talk about the work that
I
they
want to
do.
be on that show.
Oh, what do you?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll let you know when we, because I do the podcast with Atheism UK, so I've asked a couple of them to come on my channel, and they've agreed. So it's just a matter of finding time. Also Nuraya, she's an ex-Muslim, the Holy Humanist. She's an ex-Muslim. She's just living life, no longer a Muslim woman, and she's challenging these things. I think going forward, what you have said is this sort of path I would like to. I don't just want to be the channel that keeps pointing out, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah, that's common.
Have my finger pointing and then the rest are pointing back at me. But just highlights. It's
It could be as easy
a
as
process.
it could be as easy as featuring a person that you think is really amazing and authentic in each show. Might just be 5 minutes or something.
Okay.
Whatever you think. It could be a whole show.
I admire Chris, yeah, how you look at people. I think a lot of us do look at people like that. Who no matter where they're from, what they are, what they believe in, but but you've got to look at the book and the scripture of what they're representing. It's barbarity, death and destruction, blood and guts, and it needs addressing, it needs questioning, and it needs to be brought out. Well, you know, why are you following this such oppressive fucking God?
Right, right. Well, you see, I'm Italian, English, Irish, German, and half Italian. I grew up in Boston, Christian Catholic society, and I just ain't fucking impressed. So one bit with it, you know, including my own family and myself as a youth. So I set out to be like, you know, like I'm not going to learn anything from these dimwits, and I set out myself to seek out the wisest people on the planet and absorb everything I possibly can from them. And I took 20 years doing it, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I found the most purest, cleanest wisdom, useful daily wisdom, and bullshit. There are scammers and bullshit artists, frauds in India. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that stupid. But I've sorted through this shit, and I've, like I said, taken 20 years to do so, and I've come up with the people in my playlists on my channel. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm glad you said the scammers are in India, because I've got an email from an African prince who's got $3 million worth of gold. He'll give it all to me. He just wants 30% of it. No money involved, just a small shipping fee of £3,500.
Well, it's a fraction of what the government's getting out of you.
He must be genuine then, because he's from Africa, not India.
Krishna, can you put the link to your channel in the private chat so I can put it in the you know, nice. I mean, this is what I promote here. Just having a different perspective. Just, you know, open your eyes, open your ears, and have a look. If I hadn't started this channel, how on earth would I have met people like yourselves? You know,
Esther, you expose the scams.
Yeah, that's my primary goal. Especially
and the sexual
in Africa.
of these people.
Did you say sexual repression?
Fetishes, yeah.
Oh, a lot of. Oh. Oh gosh, you can say that again. Talk about sexual repression. I think that's you find that many religions, that's the one thing that they do to their members. They want to control their sexual desires and, you know, all these things. For some reason, why their God is so invested in that aspect of human life is something that, you know, I struggle with.
From my understanding, it has to do with, like, it's an intense, powerful energy. Yes, it's natural, and yes, it happens. However, to not have it run out of control, like, as obvious, I think we all know better what it would lead to have out of control. But to have it within your control, and to have sex, like, consciously and with wisdom, and not, of course, consent, yes. Yeah, if you're talking about a relationship, I'm not talking about abuse at the altar or something like that. That's a different matter. So it's about the energy, if spent sexually, takes away from the will and determination of the mental, the mind, or what's also known as the spiritual energies, are redirected towards sexual thoughts, words, and behaviors, rather than spiritually edifying thoughts, words, and behaviors. However, the relationship could still exist and be quite amazing. You know, even without sex, obviously. Anyway, that's I hope that.
Well, enlightenment comes in all forms, fella. whether it be angry, whether it be enlightenment is exposure. It doesn't have to mean divine, inspirational.
I've had arguments for many hours about anger is unhealthy, and people try to convince me that it is healthy.
Well,
So
if I told you that your neighbour is stealing your milk off your doorstep, would you be enlightened by that?
I would certainly be enlightened. I
would be
would know.
wisdom that you didn't have?
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
you're
Well,
recording them.
it would be knowledge that I didn't have. Thus, it would be enlightening. Yes.
Enlightenment comes in all sorts of. You can't polish a turd like the Bible, and you can't enlighten it. The people around it are obviously enlightened in their own mind, and I'll accept anyone. I'll buy anyone a drink, even if they're a full-on theist activist, and it's in my face. I will question it with him, but I'll buy him a pint if he's a nice person about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of
I'll
our
take people at face value, no matter whatever their beliefs are, whatever they want to do with their lives. If believing in a God gets them up in the morning to live a normal life, then good on them. Why not? Who
for the
might
West.
snatch that away from them? But you normally find that these people don't even know their Bible. They don't know anything about it. They'll know the good verses, and that's it. They've never read it. They've never read the barbarity, even how bad Jesus was as a person. And it's written, this is all in the New Testament. Jesus was a bad person. He came to fulfill the laws of the Old Testament, to separate mothers from their mothers from their daughters, fathers from their sons, and to bring the sword and fire to the people. And Revelation didn't the prophets, the book of prophecy at the end of that, it didn't enlighten anyone at all. It was just a book of nonsense trying to wrap everything up, which didn't work at
The
all.
Bible's only one tiny little chapter in my Bible. My Bible is all the scriptures of the world. I don't.
Oh gosh, you've got the one that has all the books.
No. I've taken 20 years to study all religions at some length.
Oh, wow.
and altogether they are the scriptures of the world. They are the big Bible, the real Bible, the one.
Mm-hmm.
And there's I mean, I'm not limited to only the Bible, and if I was, I'd go right to the Old Testament, because that was the original form of it. That's the old version, and what it says I would give the most weight to. And that's, what I did in each religion is I went to the oldest text, learned about it as much as I possibly could with my little brain, and until I was satisfied, and then I moved on to another religion. And go ahead.
Can I just answer that? It says homosexuality isn't mentioned in the Bible. It's mentioned in many passages and verses.
I thought that was the whole idea of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Leviticus in Leviticus, I think it was 2013, devised a whole punishment about a man having sex with a man. It may not mention the word homosexuality. It's even in Genesis. And it's throughout. Romans has it as well in the New Testament. There's many scripture relating to sexual deviancy, as it's known throughout the religious state. So, as I said, if you believe in God, then you read your Bible before you.
I don't know why you'll have a problem with sexuality. Then, on the other hand, you've got the wisest man in the Bible. He had 1,000 women. So 700 wives, 300 concubines. And somehow he was the wisest of them all. My question is, how can you call someone with 1,000 women wise, and then you frown on two men being together? What's worse?
I can guarantee you
worse?
he had no cooking wisdom.
Of course not.
My point is that he's wise at something, but that doesn't mean everything.
Not wise at anything.
I've just looked it up. Leviticus 20:13. I was right. Let me read it out to you. Where is it? Genesis. Well, Sodom and Gomorrah. There was a whole thing about homosexuality. Leviticus 20. If a man has sexual intercourse with a male, as one had sexual intercourse with a woman, the two of them have committed an abomination. They must be put to death. Their blood guilt is on themselves. That is Leviticus about homosexuality. So when you say homosexuality isn't in the Bible, the word homosexuality may not be mentioned in the Bible, but homosexuality is rife throughout the Bible.
Is it possible this is just a translation thing?
No, that's
maybe what the word was trying to say was completely different to
having sexual intercourse with a male as you would a woman. It's homosexuality, as far as I'm concerned. Google it, 2013, Leviticus
2013.
You may it may be different in other Bibles, because all Bibles are different. They all change the words, and
that's why I like the oldest one. That way you can see the source of all the shit.
The 1611 King James version is the definitive one, and that's the one that introduced the hell and the fear and all of that. What would happen to you, and the witches. So people were burned. We were burned. Witches were getting these poor innocent women were getting burned all over the world. And recently, only a couple of 100 years ago in America, they were burning them. And we know them to be innocent, but no, they don't. They don't care. They'll just burn them. Have you Googled it, Esther? Oh, she's gone.
No, I'm here. Just 1 second. I was just I was just having a conversation with my son. Okay, so I was just in the middle of Googling that. If a man lies, okay, let me show it. Bible Gateway. Let's use Bible Gateway. That's the good one. Okay. File. Let's see.
Hey.
Hey.
Sorry, in the background while you're doing it all. That's actually a mistranslation in the Bible. So it's meant to be if you sleep with your male uncle nephew as you would a woman, it is an abomination. So it's saying, in other words, gay incest is just as bad as straight incest. It doesn't matter. You can't do it. Don't have sex with your male relations, not all males.
Gosh, they had to be put to death. That's what the scripture says.
A lot of the laws
wow.
were death back then, and they all basically come out in Leviticus.
It was effectively making a law against gay incest rape, I guess. Like saying you can't be touching the men either. You can't be fiddling with the boys. So, yeah, I guess it was a big enough issue. They had to put it in law.
Like any other animal species, you've seen dogs. They have sex with male dogs. We're exactly the same.
Yeah.
We're just animals. And I don't mean
everyone's a little bit gay, like just that little bit, that little 0.01%.
Everyone's a little bit gay. I like that.
I'm not. When people say to me, "Oh, he's attractive," and I'll say, "I don't see it. I've got no affiliation with other men other than to verbally abuse them down the pub for a laugh."
Right, but like I said, there's that 0.001%. Like there is that little.
Well, you've added another zero in there.
So even after all these hundreds or thousands or whatever the hell translations, the damn thing still can't be understood.
Yeah, all the fucking translations have bastardized the Bible so much. swapping it from
That's a
language
good
to
point.
language, dickhead to dickhead, doing it all.
Like a Chinese
That's a good
motorcycle.
point.
It's
So
just it's not going to run for long.
when Jesus Godson says homosexuality isn't even in the Bible, you're wrong. It is, and it's mentioned in many, many verses throughout both Bibles. Yeah, and this became law, and it became law in you know, even in the UK 50 years ago. If you having sex with another man, you could be punished for that. I mean, a jailable offence. Not now, obviously. We've livened up and woken up, to be fair, to modern times. So what life is. Life is a mishmash of fucking people who have different feelings towards each other. Everyone's unique, and no one can say otherwise.
For me, when you see in the Bible, it's just going back in that book and seeing some things in there. It scares me how I once identified with this religion, how I could boldly call myself a Christian. This particular scripture that I just showed, I'm thinking, so this is in the Bible saying that two men lying with each other should be put to death. How cruel can that be? How evil can you be? Then in the same scripture, going to the other, what's that? The bit that says, when a young girl is raped and the rapist is found or caught in the act, he only needs to give to her father 50 shekels of silver, and then she becomes his wife,
Yeah,
her rapist.
it
So
gets
we'll
even
put to
murkier.
death. We will put
Like,
to death two men sleeping together, but we'll pay 50 shekels of silver to the father of the girl who's been raped, and she has to live with her rapist. She's got
it gets
You,
murkier because then it also goes in mentioning like if a rape happens in the city walls and she screams, it's one way, and if it's outside the city walls and she screams, it's another way. But if she doesn't scream, like they actually have so many rules set about what constitutes a legitimate sexual assault based on if someone hears a woman scream, like she can't be gagged or something.
There's also, it goes both ways. There's also lesbian laws. It's just as detestable in the
where
Bible.
in the Bible? The
The
lesbian laws in the
same.
Bible. Don't think I've
Women
seen them.
having sexual relations with animals, and men having sexual relations with animals. So bestiality is in the Bible. Abortion's in the Bible. So if a woman in the Bible was born was pregnant out of wedlock or through rape, she has to present herself to church and drink the bitter waters, which will expel.
I know that one's if a man thinks his wife is pregnant with another man's child, she has to go to the temple and drink the dirty floor water.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think it's if the woman has slept with another man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If the woman has slept with another man, or even if the man thinks she has slept with another man, he is to present his wife to the people at the church, and they get the dirt off the floor and they mix up a dirty whore juice for her to drink. She's such a dirty whore, naughty whore.
Well, in religious
and she's got to drink the anti-baby juice.
And if she's carrying the baby of the man she's cheated with, that baby dies.
This is what they never tell you, things like this. So
is the baby that pays the price.
So God sanctioned abortion is in the Bible. It's written in the Bible. It's a law of God, and I think you would have a great case on that. My wife had sexual relations with someone else. Was poor old Joseph, who had to walk next to his pregnant wife on a donkey all the way to Bethlehem. In his mind, he was probably saying, "Yeah, she should have had bitter waters."
Oh, are you going?
I'm going to join in from the YouTube chat, and I thank you very much for having me.
Oh,
in your
thank you.
It was
Thanks.
lovely
Yeah,
meeting
Krishna.
you, sweetheart. Do you
Thank
have a
But
you.
channel,
anyway,
Krishna?
I'm sorry.
Oh yes, it's.
Do you
I've
have
put
a
the link in.
channel?
I've put
Yeah,
the
I
link
put
in
Oh,
it.
the chat.
awesome.
Yeah, if
I've
you
put
could
the
put it
link
in the
to
YouTube
his
chat,
channel.
I did put it in the private chat,
It's
and
right in the. It's right there in the chat. Done,
and
and I've
I've made a few
subscribed.
videos, but the biggest thing that I intend to share with my channel is the amazing people in my playlists.
Mm.
That's all.
Mm.
So I make a few videos, probably nothing too thrilling, but and then on my playlists, I think are the highlight. And
Awesome.
I'll resume in the YouTube chat. Thank you for having me, everyone. It was nice to meet you
Oh,
all.
you are
Thank you.
Oh,
welcome.
have a lovely
You are
rest of your
welcome.
day,
Please come.
sweetheart.
Oh,
Please come back. Please come back again. These are going to be a regular on here
I'm like an
conversations.
ant at a picnic, and if you kill me, I'll come back as a fly, honey. I'm we'll see you soon.
Right, Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah. Again,
Oh,
Jesus, you're
listen,
wrong,
Jesus,
my friend.
Jesus Godson,
No, you're pederasty.
pederasty. That's never heard of that word before.
You're
Oh
wrong.
my, what is
It's
pederasty?
blatantly
My goodness,
relationships with bestiality, men on men, women on women.
pederasty.
These things went on back then. You think homosexuality is a recent thing? This is ever since the species began. These things have been
No, I
happening.
think they mean. I don't think he's saying that them existing in the Bible isn't there. The translation of them is wrong. Like what they're saying the Bible is saying isn't right. So, like for what I said, it's not homosexuality; it's a sin. It's saying gay incest rape is a sin. It's still a homosexual. It's still technically a homosexual act,
Ah,
but not
pederasty anyway. Yes,
it.
it's like paedophilia.
oh yeah, I
Paedophilia.
found it. It's sexual activity
Yeah.
involving
with
a
a
man
child.
and a boy or a youth. So that's what the Catholic
So
piece
the only difference in the
Pederasty
context is
is in the
consent.
Bible.
is it.
Every fetish that we have now. You can go back to Sodom and Gomorrah, Roman orgies. They were all going on back then. It all happened, and every sexual fetish we have now, feet fetishes, whatever, they had then. You know, these basic instincts do not change in humanity, and the Bible picks up on it, and it dishes out laws for it as well, which back then were probably good laws, but no, they're not. They were wrong, and we know that now. And that's why it's basically allowed throughout secular society. If a man loves a man, we'll get on with it. I love my mate; he's a bloke. I wouldn't have sex with him. But you know, there's ways. You can't tell these people. They'll argue it till the day is dead, till the planet dies. They will keep arguing and sit on their pedestal. That's not what that means. And the Bible is only manipulated by the money spinners. It's interpreted by any individual. Fortunately, the atheist community seems to be in agreement with what a lot of it says, because we actually read it literally, and we find it impossible. That's that, and the people that find it, and the Christians that read it literally and actually believe it. Well, there's something up with it. It's a deep failure on the education system. You can only fall back on their education, and it's laziness as well. Why is the sky blue? Well, God made it blue. No, go and fucking look it up. Why is the sky blue? Is it refraction? Is there waters above the dome? That's why the sky's blue. It doesn't matter. Go and look it up. Energy follows thought. That's typical for people who want to better themselves in an educational fashion. But people will just say, yeah, God did it, and that's it, and think no more of it. But
I
read
think
your
one of the
Bible
biggest,
and read it properly.
yeah, one of the biggest things I have as the issue with it all is how dismissive it can be of people. Like, not just people's gender identity, their sexual identity, etc., but in general, like, oh my gosh, you had a miscarriage, or oh my gosh, you had a stillbirth. I'm so sorry. That must suck. I'll pray for you. The Lord works mysterious ways, and I'm sure he did this just to bring you closer to him. So he created a baby, made me carry it for X amount of time. Just that, like, that makes no sense. Like, with me, people say, oh, God just gave you your medical condition to give you, to, like, make you stronger. It's a test. He makes people specifically to die to serve as a test to another person. He makes people go through horrific things to serve as a test for them. So God is allowed to just kill people whenever he wants, but a woman can't decide to have an abortion if she wants.
Well, he destroyed the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah for its sinful nature. Where
they should have invited. They just should have invited God to the fucking
lesbianism, orgies, gang rapes, all of that. It was all sexual with Sodom and Gomorrah.
Just think, it could have all been avoided if they actually invited God to those orgies. Always send God an invite to your orgy, or he'll strike you with lightning.
Isn't God watching anyway? He's watching what you do in your bedroom and when you're sitting on the toilet.
Hey, he was sick of just jacking off to watching like it's porn, and he wanted to get some real pussy. Even when he had sex with Mary, he couldn't actually get wet. He couldn't get it wet.
Villa, don't you have to find him first? Don't you have to prove his existence first before you invite him to these orgies?
I don't know. Back then, you just like burn the invite and the smoke floats up to him, innit?
Yeah, he likes that, doesn't he? He likes them.
Yeah.
Sacrifices.
I mean, he liked the burning bush.
No.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. That's an awful pun. You're going to hell.
I know.
You're going to hell for
I was already going there. I may as well have fun on the way down.
Hell would be a lot more fun than heaven. Imagine having to wake up every morning and praising this guy when you could be waking up and having your tongue pulled out through your arsehole.
Like,
that sounds more fun to me.
I don't know. Literally waking up every day to praise the guy that you spent your whole life praising, and you're just going to praise him for eternity.
The one that put he put your family, say you've got some family members burning in hell. You know, how can you be happy knowing that you're
I pray for forgiveness. I know I was like a serial rapist, and I know I killed like a load of people, but like, forgive me. And then bang, you're in heaven, like praying it up next to people that you gang raped and killed. Okay.
Well, here's something that Jesus, God's son doesn't know that's in the Bible. The rapture, that's not in the Bible. Our clothes are magically going to fall off us, and we're going to ascend through the skies.
The rapture's not in the Bible. Where did they get that from then?
It's probably in a version of the NIV, the American version.
I think a lot of the actual things that Christians think are in the Bible are from Inferno by Dante and his Divine Comedy.
Right.
Well,
this is one of my it's not actually called Dante's Inferno. Like the actual title isn't. It's
poem.
It's a Dante. It's called Inferno by Dante, but people say Dante's Inferno. Yeah. No, just a weird thing about the title.
Ironic. It's part of the Divine Comedy. It's called. It's one of my favorite books to go to. It was the first mention of the lake of fire, hell.
Yeah, before then hell wasn't hot. It was cold, or just not mentioned at all what hell looks like.
The lake of fire was on the 9th level. The 8th level had most of the popes, Pope Nicholas, and most of them horrible popes.
Aw.
Boniface. There's a few other popes as well. I can't remember them off by heart because I haven't read that. I haven't read the Divine Comedy for long. It's a great read. It's very funny. It was meant as ironic comedy about religion. And the King James that was the Divine Comedy was written in 1320, something like that. And Dante, about when did he die? 23. Yeah, about 1320 that was published. And the King James was
I'm surprised he wasn't burnt at the stake. Yeah, I'm well surprised that Dante wasn't straight away.
He was like many of the artists back then. He died very unknown. It was only when he died he became famous. And King James, they were thinking about.
How come Villa gets an automatic pass? Jesus, how come? Well, you know what? You can keep your pass. I'm good, thanks.
It's all right. I'll smuggle you all in my suitcase. It's fine.
You don't need a suitcase in the rapture. It'll be stripped of you.
Don't need to. Don't need it. I'm going to take it.
Naked.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm all right going naked, but I'm going to take some shit with me.
What are you taking with you?
I don't know. My Game Boy. Sounds boring up there.
See, heaven could just be, it could be a lazy thing because we've established that the devil works for God, right?
Yes.
We've established that he's God's puppet and God sends you down there. It's his judgment that makes you go to hell. But you got to bear in mind, every second, between 1 and 3 people die. Every second that since this show's been on, there's thousands of people died, Esther. Not because of the show, of course, but that's just life and natural. Maybe you just can't keep up. Paul St. Peter on them gates. Oh, look at the fucking queue today. No. Just back off, you're going to hell. You don't know, do you? I mean, these impossible scenarios that they put in their heads. The pearly gates and steps. And there was actually a game that was advertised on Android. It was a baby crawling up the steps to heaven. You had to get this baby up to heaven. And you'd be getting knocked down by other people. And the goal of this, I mean, whoever allowed that to be published, it was disgusting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
The bots are here.
I agree. Okay. I'm going to round this up now. Robert's having a go at me in the chat. He says, I'm so happy that I said that. I know I said 10 minutes, but 10 minutes, these kind of things, when conversation is going on, you just have to let them carry on. And let me tell you, I've enjoyed every moment of this. Villa, this is the first time, and hopefully this is not the last time. And Villa, can you please put the link to your channel in the side chat so I can put
I'm
your
already
link.
Subbed.
Oh, thank you.
Villa Vendetta.
I didn't say I was going to watch you.
No, I appreciate the sub anyway. It helps.
I'm joking. If I have time and you're on, I'll watch you.
I mean, I normally just scream at this one guy called Von Helton who is like anti-vax, all that shit.
What's happening with him? What's happening with him now? Is there anything going to happen with his mom?
Investigated by the police.
Is he now?
Yeah, he admitted the other day, which we already knew anyway, but to get the words out of his own mouth is always good. He is being officially investigated about the death of his mother. And I don't know, it may not be the only thing that he is in trouble for, because obviously when they look into the investigation about the mum dying, it's going to go into like the 30k that he stole off her, all this other stuff. So yeah, there's going to be like a lot going on. So he's fucked. Yay!
Well, it depends what he's spouting. If it's malicious and lies and goes
Yes.
against the signs and it's just opinionated shit, then
No,
yeah,
he's actually
that's a
saying
crime.
it's going to kill you if you get the
Yeah,
vaccine.
that's abusing
He's
free
saying-
speech.
Yeah, and also he left his mother to die on the floor after having
On
a
the
stroke.
floor.
He's lost his
Mhm.
children 13 times to like CPS. He's got them back 12 times. Lost them 13. They're only like 12. So he's a piece of shit.
After the second time, did the CPS say, enough is enough? Yeah, them kids will be better off in a home.
You would have thought so, but they're
taken away
fucking
13
dumb.
times. That just cost us, the taxpayer, just a phenomenal amount of money.
Oh yeah, well, it's in America, luckily, but it's still just as bad. 'Cause it's in a really poor area of America.
Where's it?
Like, right.
Villa, where's the link to your channel?
I just dropped it in the chat.
Which? Oh, you put it. No, let's see.
Oh, I put it in your actual chat. Sorry.
It's okay. No, I haven't seen it. Where
Right.
is it?
I'll put it in the private as well.
I don't see it.
There you go. I think you might have to drop it in because I might not be able to publish links.
I don't see it. Okay.
I've just put it in the private chat for you.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to have to run. Spawn is looking at me with those eyes.
Oh.
You know the ones. Okay. Wait.
He's hungry. Oh, oh.
All right. Do you want to say goodbye?
I thought it was a parrot.
No, that's my Spawn.
Ah.
You don't want to say goodbye? Okay. Oh, right. Bye, everyone.
It's okay. She doesn't have to. Thank you, Villa.
Oh, well done. Hey.
Bye. Bye. Doug, what's
Esther.
what are your plans for the rest of the day then?
Your
birthday. Doug is 53 today. Happy birthday.
I'm gonna eat shortly. Well, hang on. In about 10 minutes, food will be coming. And then probably go down to the pub for a couple of hours and sit in the corner and just do my usual stuff. Talk bollocks.
Enjoy the day, and is your wife coming along?
Absolutely.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they told me it was my birthday.
She
forbid,
reminded you.
I only remember one birthday, and that's hers. I don't remember the kid's birthday. It's either 15th or 16th of March. Well, the birthdays don't interest me. Things like that. Dates are.
Anyways,
that's it. It's my birthday. No, I didn't have a clue.
Oh.
Thank you, Robert.
Happy birthday, and well, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I might be back tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Because now my son's at home. He's got to do online school, so that means
Mark,
I'm stuck
you're a real
at home
old fart
as well.
Mark, he's 54. I'm a youngster. You're a real old fart. 54.
Who's 54? Mark. Oh.
Well, I'm still getting over the stroke, mate. I bet you're doing better than me.
I'm in my 40s, so. But I'm getting old.
You are a weak bear. You are a weak bairn.
Am I?
Yeah, and with age comes wisdom, of course.
I believe that. I'm a lot wiser than in my 20s, I think.
Cheers, Krishna. Well, it's what they say. It's like psychology. It's a lot easier to learn when you're older. Once you've lived a bit, then you can learn it. Once you're taking it all in, if you're used to communicating on your phone, using emojis and things like that, then you never really lived. If you want to become a good psychologist, get yourself down to the fucking pub and interact. Then you can get to know people as they are. Don't judge people by what you've read in books. Judge them for yourself. That's how I see
who they
people.
are.
It's the best way to know them. Thank you, Jesus.
Scapegoats Iscariot
And
also
Scapegoat
says
as well.
happy
Thank
birthday.
You, man.
And Mark says, I practice stroking it most days. I wonder what you're stroking. What's Mark stroking?
He's an evil what's his name? What was his name in Austin Powers? Doctor. He's a Doctor
Dr.
Evil. He's
Evil.
stroking his cat
Uh-huh.
on his
Okay.
lap while he's plotting how to destroy the world. That's how I see them 54-year-olds, them old people anyway. What they're trying to do. Destroy the world.
Uh, never mind. Next year you be 54 yourself.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for the reminder.
He's stroking his ego.
Trouble is, the trouble is, when you're young, you wish you were old. Now I'm old. I wish I was young again. And as you get old, it don't half dry. It don't half go quick as well. The years they just fly by now.
They do, don't they? They do. Oh well, and that's why we have
Thank
to
you, Denisha.
enjoy every day and just live. They say live your best life.
Yeah, absolutely. You only get one shot at it.
Just one shot.
You get one shot at it. There's no point in sitting or worshipping, wasting your time. Imagine if you had all them Sundays back to a Christian. If you had all them Sundays and all that money back, what would you do with your life then? Because the money would probably, the time, would cover you a nice holiday in the Caribbean or anything.
I know.
Gold-plated spaceship, probably. Some people, the amount of money they've given to these people.
I think it's the time more than anything for me. It's the time.
I'd buy a solid
Hours
gold
and
toilet.
hours just being in church. Oh well. Anyway, guys,
I would buy
need
a
to
solid
go.
gold toilet so I can Twitter in peace. Yes, I take. No one takes a newspaper in the toilet anymore. People take. That's why I don't touch people's phones, because I know they've been sitting on the toilet using them. You may wash your hands, but you don't wash your phone, do you?
You clean them. You wipe them.
Yeah, people don't do that. When have you ever wiped your phone other than to clear the screen after 6 months of gunk?
Whoa, Mark is still 18 in his mind. The body can't do what I wanted to do anymore. Unfortunately, your body has your body does not match what's going on in your mind, Mark. So if you could possibly post my channel link here, please. I've done that, but I will do it again because you asked nicely. Let's see. Because you asked nicely, Krishna. Yes, I've done that. But you were online when I did that, so maybe you didn't see. So I'll do it again. Here we go. Here we go. Danisha says, I only do that at home. What's she doing at home? Danisha, what are you doing? You're stroking too? Are you stroking?
Taking their phone to the toilet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the stroking.
Everyone does it. Used to be the newspaper. Now it's a phone. So when someone says, can you pass my phone? I go, woo, both hands in the air and go, woo, get yourself, mate. I know where you've been with that.
Our father.
A lot of people only have a phone, so they watch porn on it and all sorts. You know, them phones are being in a. It's sad that Google is a new god because they can open you, and Facebook, they can open your camera at any time and see what you're up to.
Oh, yeah, spying on you, aren't they?
Well, you've agreed to their terms and conditions, so
Gosh, I don't believe I've been on here for 4 hours. This is time to check out. This is the longest I have ever been on the StreamYard.
It's been fun, Esther.
Oh, absolutely. And to think that it was just it was impromptu. I said, okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and just jump on the computer, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. Absolutely, I have. So, Doug, happy birthday once again. And yeah,
Jesus, you missed an hour out in Farter. We were talking about the toilet. And funny enough, we call our toilet the farter sometimes.
Oh, Danisha's my son does that. Takes his Nintendo Switch Oh gosh.
No, there's no shame. It's
To the
everyone
toilet.
does it now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone does it.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming to spend your time with me. And yeah, because I'm at home tomorrow, my son's doing online classes. While he's on his computer, I might come back. So yeah, thank you all, everybody who's did did Villa live? Did I put the link to Villa's Oh yes, I did, didn't I? Villa's the link to Villa's channel. Oh yeah, I did. All right, right, it's there. Right, great. Please subscribe to Krishna Villa. Everybody, all the links. You know, we need to get our voices out. I think we've religion has run its course, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Religion needs to take a back seat and let other people have a say, right, dog?
Absolutely. That's what this is here for. It's a platform you can have your say and say what you want. If you get blocked or booted, then you get booted. Try again and be a bit more post something more tolerable to the bots.
Oh, Jesus
It's
loves
like
my channel. Thanks, Jesus.
it's like a friend of mine says, your first video, why don't you do this?
Which one?
And I'm going to get used to StreamYard, so probably at the weekend
Okay.
I'm going to do a reaction video to someone singing.
Oh,
My friend's niece is a singer, and she got up in karaoke once, and she sang a song, and he said, "We do a reaction to this, see how you feel." I
oh,
haven't
okay,
heard it yet, so
okay.
I'll do it live and on the day, and
Oh, that would be nice.
I'll post a video and go through it.
That would be
You
nice.
know, an in-depth review.
Am I
What was?
sub to you?
Do
I
you?
don't think I am.
Well, fuck you too then.
I don't think I am. I probably am. Because I don't listen.
I've got one
Yeah.
video up there I've had up there
Put
for
okay,
years, and it's
put the
just
link in.
Hitler
Just
against the fat earth.
put the link in the private chat. I beg you, please. Before I go. On your birthday. Can you imagine that? Not sub to dog.
My channel.
Let's give dog a birthday present.
About I've never
Jesus.
posted my own link.
I
How do I
read
do
my
it?
word in the bathroom. Oh goodness. Of all things to read in there, the Bible. Oh. Have you put it in there?
How do I copy my own link?
How do you copy your own link?
I've never done it before.
Just click on the video you have, right? The video you've got there. Just click on the share and copy that link.
On videos. Click. Copy link.
Have you ever talked to someone on the phone when they're in the toilet and, and they let out a huge fart? That's that funny stuff right there. Oh my. No,
Yeah.
I haven't done that. No, I haven't done that.
Well,
Okay.
with all the pills I was on and still am on a lot of them, I have to spend quite a time in the toilet, especially since I had reversed colostomy and what's the name like that. I mean, that's all done and dusted now, but with the tablets make me terribly constipated. And no matter how much laxative I use, so yeah. How long can you look at a sink? You take your phone in. Take your phone in. Catch up on the news of the day.
I mean, I wouldn't say I haven't done it myself. I have, of course, taking my phone, but not all the time I go in the toilet.
It's like men and masturbate. Oh, me never. I'd sooner cut my own fucking hand off than masturbate. Don't lie to me. You see, people do go in, and Mark said he's an in and out guy. So, yeah, in and out, done. I used to be that, but not anymore. I can't
Not
at the
anymore.
moment.
Okay.
Until I'm off all these stupid tablets, then
Yeah,
and I'm giving the
scapegoat
all
is
clear, and
terrible.
I'll go back to
Sometimes,
normal.
for some reason, sometimes you type some names in and you just can't find them. So it's better to have the
Dog
direct
with a
link.
capital G isn't that popular yet. So
Mm,
until I start producing.
gosh, those pills
Yeah,
will
Mark.
send your
Mark,
life
you're
down the
right, man.
toilet.
Yeah.
Opioid issues. I feel you. Okay,
No, I'm not.
I've got to
I'm
go.
not an opiate. I'm not an opiate at all. I was.
This was the drugs you were on after your stroke.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they all cause either common side effects of them all when I've read them. They either cause heart palpitations or don't. Diarrhea or constipation. I mean, they can't even make up their own minds with these lists of what they can cause. But I take them anyway. And I'm surviving on them because
I'm
I
glad
remember
you're.
my stroke was quite severe. It was a
Yes.
full on stroke,
Mm-mm.
subarachnoid bleed on the right side of my brain, which gave me literally no feeling in the left side. I went blind and deaf. I went deaf in my right ear, but when everything else didn't work on my left
Gosh.
side, my eyes and that. But I went deaf in my right ear, which is a bit weird. But after a couple of years of rehab, I'm in the 90s of. I can get about now. I can walk and do normal things. I still
I'm glad to
got
hear that.
pins and needles. My penis works again because that stopped working.
But say
I was
that
put,
again.
my penis stopped working. I had no feeling in it at all. You could have chopped it off. I wouldn't have known.
Oh gosh.
And I was put in that induced coma as well last year. A couple of months. Yeah, it was a strange time in my life. I don't regret it. You know, it happens. Shit happens. You just got to plod on, and and
That's
thankfully,
it.
because of science, and I didn't pray to God. Science. I'm doing okay now. And
Honestly,
hopefully enjoy the rest of the night.
thank goodness for
No, my
science.
luck, I'll get fucking hit by a bus on the way to the pub tonight. But that's just life, innit? You got to expect these ups and downs, haven't you? You don't know what shit's going to be thrown at you.
Oh well, I think it's
Opioids,
time
yeah,
to.
they do. Tramadol was the worst for constipation. Yeah, I was on that.
Even though the pills have side effects, they're there to keep you alive and give you quality of
Oh,
life.
absolutely, Mark. Yeah, I do. I agree. And that's why I keep taking them until I'm told not to. I'm not depressed, but I'm on antidepressants. Apparently, they work with certain tablets to do cause depression. It's juggling of meds. It took a while to get
A
as I say,
balance.
a couple of them when they were judged wrong, I was getting these horrible seizures, where my heart rate was going up to above 200, and I was put in an induced coma. So I basically became a sleeping experiment for them, and I came out, and the drugs were fine, and then they've been fine ever since. The doses are right, and they know how they can take me out of reduce my meds or whatever. They're already starting to reduce them at the moment. So hopefully another year or so I'll be off them completely, and I'll be fully 100. Well, I'll never be 100%. They told me that, but I'll be 99.9% back to normal. Which I can't complain at 53. Still only young. I'm
Honestly,
not as old as Mark, of course. He's like, whoa.
he's,
He's like, he's rapping on the
he's
doors of
an
hell.
old
Like,
man.
he's shaking the cage, isn't he? Shaking the doors. Let me in. Nah. Yeah,
Anyways,
oxymoron. That's another one. Yeah, anything opiates. You find heroin addicts, they have a terrible constipation problem, even though they all don't weigh anything. Weird, but yeah, drugs are funny, but they work and they're good, and it's the reason we all live longer, because the average age in biblical times was around about 40, 43 if you had access to what they call medicine back then. So the rich had their medicine, whether it was, I don't know, a healing balm or Jesus putting his fucking hand on your head. It doesn't matter.
Or his
the average age is
spit,
43.
or his spit in your eyes or something.
Or spit in your eyes, yeah. Or you know, obviously Moses and Noah, he was God's favourites. That's why they lived to 900 years old.
Goodness gracious.
Which contradicts Adam and Eve, the first people, because when they left, not when they left the Garden of Eden, a number of years, only a few years later, after the children, so 20 years later, Noah was already 900 years old. Where did he come from?
Good question. That's a good
Exodus
question.
starts then. I mean, it's all nice. I mean, it's a quaint story, but to believe it as literal
Travesty.
history is people need to give their head a fucking wobble. You really do. And not only that, if you're going to tell me it's true, you need to fucking wind your neck in, because I will fucking chop it off. No, I was on Oramor for a while after hospital. When I was in hospital, I was unconscious. I was on Oramor and when I had my colostomy reversed, I was on a serious amount of laxative and tramadol, which tramadol's fucking great. You're in pain. It doesn't take away the pain. You're in the same pain, but you just don't fucking care. Tramadol is awesome, and I can understand why people want it, because it just sends you to a different fucking place. Well, it did me anyway. I know different pills affect different people, but yeah, it just felt. Even though the pain was still there, I just didn't fucking care. It was good tramadol. I miss them days, but yeah, but I miss the laxatives as well. Because with them, it's weird. But, you know, my routines have changed in my life. They've changed very, very much. But I praise the doctors and thank the doctors.
That's it. That's it.
And the medical system for bothering. And I think they do deserve my body at the end.
All
And
the praise.
I'll let them, you know, chop me up into sushi. If they learn something from me, good on them.
Okay, I've got to go now. So thank you very much, Doug, and everyone. I appreciate you all. And yeah, I will most likely see you tomorrow.
Bye, Esther. Thank you.
So
Bye,
happy
everyone.
birthday. And
Thank you.
yeah, bye, everyone. Jesus Godson, take care. Everyone in the chat. When I was homeless, I watched a man take over 20 tramadol at one time. One makes me sick as a dog. You see some strange shit on the street. Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
Painkiller addiction is one of the worst addictions on earth.
It's quite common, isn't it? Addiction to painkillers.
Painkiller addictions kill a lot of people. You got a lot of stars who died through painkiller addiction. Michael Jackson is probably the most famous.
Oh yeah.
But it's a terrible thing to get off of, and it's a lot of therapy and weaning as well. Weaning and therapy.
True.
It worked for a friend of mine who had a terrible addiction to painkillers. And he would take under his liver, basically. He nearly shut his liver out. It was just dying. The doctors gave him a few months to live if he continued as a short, sharp shock. but they also sent him to therapy and slowly weaned him off it. Obviously, he was still doing the damage while he was on it, but you can't go cold turkey off painkillers.
Mm-hmm.
Because he tried it, and the pain he was in was excruciating. It's like locking a heroin addict in a cupboard. The pain that they go through is horrendous, and you can't. We don't do that in society anymore.
No, no.
I know it's easy to do. Oh, well, you'll benefit from it. No, he won't. Being stopped like that can kill you. Can literally kill you. Or you can kill yourself. You know, death is preferable than the pain. But it's sad. It's sad. People are suffering and struggling, and as we know, religion seems to pounce on that and have its wicked way with it.
Yeah, we're here to we're here to put a stop to that.
Well, you expose it, yeah. You expose it.
Yeah.
When I do the gospel according to dog, I'm only rewriting the Bible. That's not going to hurt anyone.
Oh,
It's been
listen,
written
I'm looking forward
written so many times.
The epistles according to dog. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, the gospel according to dog. That's going to be
the Gospels.
that's
Yes.
my thing.
Anyways, dog. As much
gonna
as I love you,
look at a tongue-in-cheek way at the Bible and make the words a little bit more relevant to modern day.
That would be interesting. Anyways, I put the link to your channel in the chat so people can sub to you, and we look forward to the Gospels.
Well, first video,
to
hopefully it'll be shit because I'll be trying to learn StreamYard and whatnot, even though I've got OBS as well. I'm trying to learn that, and I'm trying to get my I've got a friend working on getting my avatar, my dog, head to move and talk with me.
Oh, nice.
The software for that is beyond me. He's using GIMP, he's using Blender, another one, Microsoft 3D Paint. He's using video editors. I'm like, you just need a fucking PhD in geek to fucking know any of this. I ain't gonna learn all that. 53. If I can click a button and it's simple, I'll do that. But I'm not going to learn how to use these new programs. And he's got music programs. He's going to write a theme song and all of this.
Nice.
He's got some good ideas. And I said, you go for it, mate. You can do. How long that's going to take, I don't know. None of it's manifested yet, and he's been honest since November. So whether he's learning the ropes himself, I don't know. But if he wants to do that, other than that, I'm just going to be on there just talking shit. Because that's what life's about. Just talk shit. You don't take it too serious. Just enjoy what you can. Obviously, take a lot of things serious. You know, you look after number one and things like that. But, you know, other than that, just have a laugh and enjoy it. You only get one shot at it. Unfortunately, I've been blessed with another chance because I thought I was done for a couple of years ago. But no, obviously not. I live to go on.
Okay, dog, I've got to go. Dinner's waiting.
You hold me up. My dinner's waiting now as well, and you keep holding me up.
Who's holding you up, dog?
You are.
You tell a lie. You tell a lie.
Lying. You keep there. You keep asking these provocative statements to keep me on. And you're doing it on purpose, woman. I know you are.
The only reason why I do is because it's your birthday.
You're just jealous because you know I'm going down the
jealous.
pub.
Oh my! Okay.
You're trying to stop me from having a couple of hours down the pub on a Wednesday night. It's going to be empty anyway.
Enjoy it. Anyway, guys, I've got to go, and this is the last time I'm going to say bye. All right, guys. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye,
hopefully.
Thanks, guys.
Bye. Let's see. I'm trying to end this thing. Let's see. Here we go.